love and Gogi is wrong, I don't want to be right.
What would Socrates say to that?
It tickles my fancy.
Okay.
Okay.
Goosies.
I don't have hair.
Oof.
You got Marcos.
That's not
Wait.
Yeah,
That's true. You do got me. Get over here, Marcus. Let me look at you.
They don't want it.
Tobin and Leroy, ready to deploy. Had to hit it with a little journalism, but that was a decoy. Better have about me, boy. Okay, Leroy and Tobin, hold to the show, man. Still to the stars with the show, and till then his half moon open. Sometimes go taste like a snowman. No proof, I'm a lie about a motor. No proof. I always wanted him, I never hated him, I never traded him. Independent, I never ever traded him. You know what is a star like under the city? The driver's like large, so many more. 10 in the more, never a bar. 8, 10 in the more, 2 to the P. Nothing to you, but it's something to me. Handsome as ever and cute as can be. You can watch us on YouTube and view it for free. Ay. This one time for the Twitch. This one time for the text. This one time for the phone line. Whole time wonder what they gonna do next.
You know, I just wish you guys would stop the quibbling.
Morning, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you. It's a Friday. Hello, Leroy.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm all right. Got up nice and early. Watch a little golf.
How much have you watched today?
Like 3 hours.
Jeez. All right. That's a way to start your day. Good morning, Brittany. How are you?
Good morning. I'm good.
Good to have you here today. We're going to talk this hour. Xander Zayas is going to stop by the show.
Okay.
Our boy, he is fighting for the title coming up. He is fighting for the Super Welterweight Championship of the World at Madison Square Garden coming up on July 26th. So we will talk to South Florida's own, fighting for the belt coming on up. That'll be Goosey's galore. But let's get to our headlines. Brought to you by Doral Hyundai. Doral Hyundai, choose from over 1,300 new Hyundai miles in inventory at the Tucson, Sonata, and Palisade. And remember, when it comes to Hyundai, the great deals are at Doral Hyundai. So it's day 2 of the Open Championship, Leroy. So who's doing good? You've been watching it for 3 hours.
Hold on. It's been the scoring has been good. Brian Harmon is leading the way with.
We didn't bet on him. I don't know who that is.
No,
Who that?
He won 2 years ago. He's built like Jimmy.
Jimmy Butler?
No, Jimmy from Hawk and Crowder.
Oh, okay.
He's tiny.
All right.
But he won 2 years ago in really tough conditions, and he went on a heater today.
Okay.
Our guy, the leader, Haitong Lee, is second and 7 under. Then we got Jordan, Matthew Fitzpatrick, Rasmus Højgaard.
None of these guys we bet on.
Not to be confused with Nicholas Højgaard, his brother. Let's see who we bet on. We bet on McElroy. He's 3 under, 5 back.
All right, but he's the weakest return. Anybody who's got some juice to him? What about Schauffele?
Hold on. I mean, keep in mind, he hasn't teed off yet.
All right. I'm just asking the question.
He's at even par. So not out of it. Russell Henley is even par. That's another one of our guys.
What about the septic tank?
That's
not good.
No.
Okay, so he's out of it. Patrick Reed's out of it.
No, he's not. He's not. Let me see. Hold on.
When you go, ooh,
yeah, because
it doesn't connote that he has a chance. It feels like you're scrolling through the leaderboard and he's got no chance.
All right, relax. Sometimes I'm looking at other names I miss.
Imagine if I told you to relax.
Huh?
Imagine if I told you to relax. I know you love that.
Yeah, I hate the word relax. It's
Patrick
usually
plus.
after somebody. Oh, he's why do they have Jay Straka? He's at +1.
All right. Well,
it's early. It's only like give it a chance, because here's what you need to understand about the Open Championship. Usually in the evening, the winds get a little tougher and the golf course gets a little tougher. But what ends up happening is on Saturday, right? All of those guys who are leading then have to play in those difficult circumstances, and then they come back a little bit to the field. So you don't have to be that far out for the weather to just all of a sudden have you move up the leaderboard while not even playing golf.
All right. All right. I'll calm down, I guess. The Marlins, they return to action tonight against the Kansas City Royals. Sandman, Sandy Alcántara. He is on the hill for the Fish. First pitch is set for 7:10.
Woof.
It's a new start to the season. All right. Clean slate for the Sandman.
All right.
I hope.
Clean slate. All right.
No, don't do it like that. It sounds like you got no faith in him. You're always like, oh, he's got time. He's going to bounce back. You're always patient.
I believe he's going to bounce back. I'm not saying that. He's too good of a pitcher. However, I also understand a rut and that bad juju that's on you, right? And sometimes you could, and here's the thing. Sometimes he could go out into a game and feel like he's pitching great. He's picking his spots. His pitches are all working. And the other guys just put the bat on the ball. And sometimes when you just put the bat on the ball, it goes far. So I don't know how much of it is, look, he's making good pitches. They're just hitting them. Or his pitches don't have enough stuff on it because he's a little hesitant. So he's throwing that fast hard ball, which we know what that is in the major leagues. A big old meatball.
Been tough.
A fastball with no movement always gets hit.
Miami Heat get boat raced in Summer League.
Wait,
108 to 88.
You tell me to be You tell me to be positive and have some faith. Within the next 12 seconds, your next headline is the Miami Heat get boat.
I'm just reporting what happened.
Yeah. Why can't I do that?
I have to admit something about Summer League, but we got to take a break. I will admit I have an admission about Summer League, but we got to take a break. Xander Zayas is going to stop by the show. It's a Fight Friday. Soon it will be Football Friday. Today it's a Fight Friday. We'll take a break. Lots of fights coming up this weekend too. You got Pacquiao. You got Usyk fighting tomorrow. You got UFC. But our guy Xander Zayas fighting for the belt in a couple of weeks. We'll talk to him. We got lots to dive into. Training camp right around the corner. We're back after this. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. Tobin and Leroy here with you. 560 WQAM. It's a lovely Friday out there. We're streaming live on YouTube and Twitch, the channel Miami 560 WQAM. Streaming live on the Odyssey app, iHeartRadio, and TuneIn apps in your ears. You guys get the Tobin and Leroy podcast available for you on all podcast platforms as well. And, yeah, man, it's exciting. We got training camp right around the corner. We got some big fights this weekend. We got a big damn fight coming up for a guy we've been following for a long time, Leroy.
Yep.
Let's go out to the Toyota of Hollywood guest line shop. Over 2,000 Toyotas on sale at one location, Toyota of Hollywood on 441 between Hollywood and Sheridan. There we'll find Xander Zayas joining us here on the program. What's going on, buddy? How are you?
What's up, guys? Nice to see you again, and excited for what's next. Obviously, the biggest step of my career, and I'm just happy to be in this position.
This has got to be so cool for you, man. This has been such a journey. And this was not like a date that was without drama, because you thought you were going to fight one guy for the belt, Sebastian Fundora.
Yes.
And then it ends up you get another opponent. So, like, how was that whole process for you, feeling like you were going to fight the towering Inferno, this 6'5" freak at that weight class, and now you got to go and, move on to a different type of style?
Well, obviously, it was a bit frustrating at the beginning because I wanted to face the champion, which at the time was, like you said, Sebastian Fundora. He was the unified world title, WBC, WBO. I was the mandatory WBO fight. We started talking. I thought we were close to making something happen. Day or two before the negotiation period ended, they said, hey, we're going another route. We have Tim Zoo on board. We already signed up for the fight. So obviously a bit frustrated because I wanted to face the champion, but excited because I knew that the next guy was going to be Jorge Garcia Perez, since he beat Charles Conwell for the mandatory position after me. So I knew it was 1 and 2, and he earned his opportunity. So really excited for that because I know he's coming and he's hungry to become a world champion, just like myself.
Well, Xander, did you get a theory onto why he didn't want the fight? Because he's fighting this weekend on the Pacquiao card, but you guys are you're going to main event at Madison Square Garden.
Yeah.
So the
theory.
What do you think?
The theory that we heard is that they had a rematch clause, which again I don't believe it, because after 2 years, I think they fought 2 years ago. They went into fighting again. Tim Zoo fought twice, got knocked out once, then won in Australia. Sebastian Fundora defended his title. So that rematch clause, I don't believe it. I think it was more like an inside the house thing, just keeping one of the belts, rather than taking the risk fighting the young fighter and losing them both. So again, I can't be mad at that. It's part of business. It's part of the sport, and I know my opportunity will come, and it's here. July 26th, world title at 22 years old.
ESPN, dude. Main event on ESPN, Leroy. Look at him, dude. This is incredible.
It's amazing because, we saw you early on and just kind of like the frustration of wanting to get your opportunities, and now you're gleaming. Like you're just you're happy. I'm here. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to show what I could do. So
for sure.
Is it one of those situations where, man, I've been patient and it paid off? Because there's a lot of fighters out there where it doesn't really pay off. They can't continue to perform every fight and they slip. How focused have you been? And isn't it, are you just happy to finally, get the chance and the patience paying off?
Leroy, I feel like I stayed the course. I mean, every fight you see the improvement. Every fight you see something different. Every fight you see better and better opponents. So, like I've been saying, and we've been talking for years now, I've been wanting my opportunity, but I didn't want to rush that opportunity. I didn't want that opportunity to be just an opportunity. I wanted to make sure that I was ready for it and that I was ready to become a world champion. Now, going into my 22nd fight as a professional, I know that I'm ready to become a world champion. It's my time now, and obviously that all that hard work, all that dedication, all that patience paid off, and it's finally here. My opportunity finally arrived.
That's a rare quality for a young person. I won't even say fighter, a young person to say what you just said. So we can't be happier because, like I said, we've enjoyed the ride.
Man, and again, I feel like it's not so much me. Obviously, I am an impatient, young guy because I want my opportunity. I want the world to see me. I want the world to know who I really am. But I have a great team behind me, and I can't put those guys and those people that are behind me aside because they made all this possible, from my coaching staff to my nutritionist to my management. Everybody put their piece together for this to happen, and they always tell me, hey, this is the course, this is what we need to do, this is the next step, we will get there. And obviously trusting them my whole career. My manager has a ton of experience in the boxing world, Peter Khan, and shout out to him. He always told me that when my opportunity arrived, it was going to be big and it was going to be something that we knew we were going to be ready for, and this is not the exception. I know I'm ready to become a world champion.
I'm curious, you're a South Florida guy, but is there a different level of torture of training in the summer? Because I've been to that gym, Javier Santano's, it's called the Sweat Box, Leroy.
Yes, it's called a sweat box.
Like, I can't even imagine what it must be like training in July in South Florida. Like, do you feel like a different level of edge training down here at this time of year?
Definitely, for sure. Like, I feel like it's either Christmas, it gets too cold and you're like, man, I can't even break a sweat, or it's summer and it's like, man, can I stop sweating? Can it stop being hot for a day? Every day I go into that gym, it's like a sauna. It's like I don't even have to make weight. I'm already on weight. So yeah, no, overall it trains you mentally more than anything else. The physical part will always be there. I always push myself. I always push my limits. I want to be better every single day at what I do. But definitely the mental part plays a big factor on that, because going into a gym that is 105, 110 degrees Fahrenheit every time you go in there, and having to train and put 18, 20 rounds when it's volume days, it takes a lot mentally. So for sure, it trains my mentality.
How much in this fight, Xander, is it, I know that there comes a lot of pressure with being like one of the faces of ESPN and Top Rank. So do you feel, because I feel like when I watch these broadcasts, it's like if you're not pristine, they got every little critique for you, to be a perfect fighter, even though at 22, you still are growing and you're still learning. So like, is there like, what's the level of pressure of not only getting the championship, but putting on a show? Because you closed it last time. You got a late stoppage. Is that still something that's on your mind when you take on Jorge coming on up?
Not at all. Win. If you watch all my fights, 21 fights, I haven't lost more than 2 rounds. So all the critiquing, it's nice because you get something to hear and learn from, because maybe they're seeing something I'm not seeing. But when you're perfect for 21 fights, almost 100 rounds, and probably lost 1 or 2 in each of those, like meaning in total for all those fights, you know you're doing something right. So there's no added pressure. It's just another night. It's just another visit to the Big Apple, the big city. I fought 7 times there. I know every tunnel. I know every security guard. I know everybody in there. It's my building, and this time is just for a world title. So I can't overthink that. I just got to focus, listen to the corner, have fun like I've been doing, and get the victory, become a world champion.
What do you think that atmosphere is going to be like? Like, Puerto Rico obviously gets so behind. You guys have such a rich heritage.
Yeah.
But like that, the fan base there, like, what does it mean?
Man, I feel like it's gonna be a crazy atmosphere, and not just because of what this fight means, but because Puerto Rico and New York has been watching me since my day one, literally since day one, and they always show up. They always show out. They always show out a lot of love. We also have Bruce Carrington fighting in Nakar Shushu as the co-main event. He's from Brooklyn, so I know it's gonna be a lot of people from the Big Apple and from Puerto Rico flying into New York to watch me. So the atmosphere is gonna be amazing. I feel like it's something that I'm used to, but it's gonna be a bit different now, knowing what's behind it. So I'm really excited for it, because New York is always nice to me. The people of New York is always amazing to me. Same thing, obviously, the people from Puerto Rico, people from Florida. So I'm just excited to showcase what I do one more time.
What do you think is the biggest challenge that Jorge presents? Like, what are the things that you've been working on to perfect to get this win?
He's very unorthodox with some of his punches. They come from different angles that you're not used to, or regular, boxers are not used to. But I feel like we've had a great training camp where we know when to capitalize on things, when we know when to take advantage of things. I feel like I'm better than him. I'm faster than him. I'm stronger than him. I have a better technique than he does. But he is a warrior. He is Mexican. He's going to come forward. He's going to throw punches. He's not going to quit. I know that for a fact. I could be hitting him with the whole house, and he's going to continue to come forward. So we got to be ready mentally and physically for that, and I know we are.
What's it going to be like, Xander? I know you got a task at hand, all right? Task at hand. We got to get the belt, right?
Here we go. Here we go.
I understand. But, you're then there. And so, you're going to be swimming in these waters with, Virgil Ortiz and, hopefully Fundora, maybe he gets, maybe he wants to finally do the fight. Or, I know you and Lubin have gone back and forth. Maybe Crawford, if he loses to Canelo, he's back in the mix. Or Boots Ennis, if he comes on up. Or, there's a lot of names there. There's a lot of talent that I'm sure you have in mind and have thought about. Are there particular names? Is there a dream opponent? Is there something that is you get this belt and you have a next one in mind? Do you have a call out in mind?
For sure, Tobin, the next opponent in mind and what I have in plans is Jorge Garcia Perez. But to your question, after I become a world champion, there's no more running. There's no more, oh, he's too young. Oh, he hasn't done this.
You got the belt.
I'm a world champion. Now you gotta come face me. You gotta you want what I got. So you gotta come take it from me. So it's amazing. It's exciting to know that I'm literally one fight away from being in the mix. And from those fighters that maybe one day said no or one day said, oh, but this, but that, there's no more excuses. I'm in there now.
Talking to Xander Zayas, he's going to be fighting in the main event July 26th on ESPN for the WBO Super Welterweight title. 21-0, just 22 years old, South Florida zone. He's going to be heading up to MSG at the theater. So you guys make sure you support, you check him on out. Got to get your thoughts, man. We haven't had you on. Your Florida Panthers champions. What did that mean? Back to back.
Man, back to back. I think we could win it 3 times next year. To be honest, I think we can run the three-peat. But it's exciting. It's exciting, obviously, seeing all the fans and everybody out supporting their team. And to be honest, I'm not a big hockey fan because I'm not going to sit here and tell you, oh, I know all about hockey. But every time I do go to a game, I do enjoy it. I do love watching those guys go at it and fight. It's amazing how they let them fight. So, yeah, really exciting for all Florida Panthers fan and for the hockey fans because I feel like, it's a sport that a lot of people maybe outside the United States don't watch, but it's an exciting game.
Xander, it's a better watch if you go live than on TV.
For
right?
sure. No, for sure. But I feel like that's every sport. Like the same thing with baseball. Like I love going to watch the Miami the Marlins play any team because it's more fun watching it live than actually sitting on a TV and watching it, So I enjoy sports. I am a big sport guy. I'm not the best at knowledge in every single one of them, but I do enjoy going out there live and watching some of the South Florida teams.
How interested are you in Pacquiao's return this weekend? You think he still got something in the tank?
Man, at 45, his last exhibition didn't look so well.
He didn't look that great.
He's fighting a champion. The champion might not be the best at his weight class, but he's still a champion. He's still hungry. He's still young. He went 12 rounds with Tank till Tank, just got a nice body shot in. I don't know if he still got it like that. I'm not sure.
It's hard when a guy you admire
gets
it to the point where you just
Like-
you don't want
Yeah,
to do
you're just
it.
pushing it. You're just pushing it. It's
Yeah.
it's like when Mike Tyson got in the ring with Jake Paul. It's like, man, such a legend, but it's like you're just
You're not-
pushing him, you know?
Yeah.
Like
You're just pushing him.
if Peter Kahn came to you and he said, "Hey, Miguel Cotto wants to come back and he wants to fight you," like we're gonna do the Puerto Rican next generation.
I'll probably hit him up first. I'll probably like call him like, yo, like, are you for real? Like, is this like, what are you doing?
You call
Yeah.
him Peter or Cotto?
I'll call Cotto right away. I'm like, what's going on? Like, I heard this, what that. And if he tells me like, yeah, like I want to come back and I think like you're the right opponent. I guess sometimes you gotta beat the legends, right? Sometimes you gotta beat the fighter you look up to.
Wait, the look he just went.
I mean, what do you want me? You know, it's like what? I'll
Hey.
call him like out of respect and tell him like,
Right.
yo, Cotto, I heard this, I heard that, because obviously I do look up
Yeah.
to Cotto. He is a legend. He's my favorite fighter. So if I ever hear something like that, like I'll be surprised. I'll have to call him and ask him personally. And because that's what happened. Pacquiao saw Barrios fight, and he said, "Oh, I think I can beat this guy." So if Cotto comes out and say, "I want to fight Xander," it's because he think he can beat me. So
the first one.
He said, like, you
I don't
gotta
think he's
do
gonna do that with you. I
Hey.
think he.
yeah.
Once you get in that ring, all bets are off. Like I
Yeah,
can't-
no, for sure.
Yeah.
It's the same. Like I look up to a lot of fighters nowadays. Even like fighters that are close to my division or not even close to my. And maybe if one day it happens, it's like, yeah, all that admiration, all that goes out the window. We have to face each other. It's business, and I got to go in there and do my job. So obviously, it's amazing to somebody like Barrios having to face Pacquiao, and in his eyes, it's like, wow,
Yeah.
I'm facing somebody that I looked up to, and because you can't tell me no boxer that hasn't been a fan of Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao in his day was the best fighter in the world. So obviously, it's got to be something to be amazed by. But when you go in there that Saturday, he has to be locked in and knowing that Pacquiao is trying to take everything that he worked for.
Xander, we're proud of you, man.
Yeah.
Good luck coming up on July 26th. Go watch him on ESPN.
Yes, sir.
Once you win, bring that hardware, bring that gold to
Yeah,
the studio, man.
you make sure you come show us the bet.
I got you. No, I got
right.
you. Right after the fight,
right.
I'll make sure I'll show up to the studio and pay you guys a visit. You guys
All
are
right.
always on my corner. You guys are always showing me love. So I appreciate you guys. I appreciate to all the listeners, all the Miami fans. July 26th is the date on ESPN, like Tobin said, and I'm gonna become a world champion.
Cool.
Good man, dude. Congratulations. All right, we're
All
looking
right, brother.
for you.
Yes,
All
sir.
right, Xander Zayas joining us there. One of South Florida Zone. Go check them out. ESPN on July 26th. We'll take a break. Back with more for this. Now, welcome back. Tobin and Leroy here with you. 560 WQAM. Take you guys up until 2. Got an admission to make.
What happened?
This isn't an easy thing for me to say, okay? Because I love the Miami Heat. Everybody knows that. They don't call me Wild Heat Coyote for nothing. Meet. I decided yesterday, sometime around 4:30 p.m., I'm not having fun watching Summer League anymore. I'm just not having fun. I'm not having fun. I'm not going to pretend anymore. I tried, but somewhere along the way when they were getting outscored 32-15 with just Kasparas Jakučiūnas and them boys, I'm just like, I really don't want to do this anymore. This is like homework to me. I don't like it. I just want it to be over. And they got another game tonight. I'm not having fun anymore, Leroy. It's tough for me to admit. I don't like it. But I can't. This team, they stink. They stink, Leroy. It's not a good watch. It's not fun. And I mean, I've never seen so many stone hands on one court.
You know what? There's a song for what you're experiencing.
Mm-hmm.
Looking for fun in all the wrong places.
I just can't take it anymore.
Why you put yourself through this?
I don't know.
I get on you all the time and you say, and everybody yells at Leroy, oh, you're no fun. You're this. Now,
I was hoping at some point I was hoping that like the next Omer Yurtseven was going to come out of nowhere. Something. Like that's what I love about Summer League. Hidden gems. We have no hidden gems. We have no hidden gems. And nobody is there. Kalel Ware, they said, you're done. You can go. So he didn't play yesterday. Pella, he's off to Sweden. And they had and Keyshot, I guess, is there, but I don't think he's playing. And so I'm just sitting here and I'm like, it's just Jakučiūnas. And it's so bad, Leroy. It's just bad. I just can't take it anymore.
You do understand that Summer League is a version of like rookie camp.
Oh,
you understand that, right? So besides your second-year players and your first couple of picks, everybody else is kind of free agents.
They left them all. Like,
So what do you think you're going to find?
I don't know. Maybe Eric Stevenson's the next Duncan Robinson. I keep hoping like someone's going to go out there and just like shine. Like it's not like they're going against the Harlem Globetrotters.
Yeah, but you know what's funny is that some of these teams who've gotten rid of all their veterans and had extra draft picks and whatever have a lot better pool of young guys to play in this Summer League. Like look at Brooklyn. Brooklyn should be doing okay. They got 5 first rounders?
They did have 5 first rounders. I don't know how they've been doing. I haven't really paid attention. I don't know who's doing good. I don't really care, right? Because every game, it just feels like the Heat are down 20. And I'm just like, oh my God, are you kidding me again? Again? I mean, Jakučiūnas kind of got it going in the second half. Kind of.
When he realized that he wasn't going to get no assists?
Well, that's the thing that I like about him is he's trying. He's hustling. Like, no matter what, I respect. He played his ass off. He's trying to get people involved. But, you know, he's got nobody to give the ball to. I mean, these centers. Oof. I'm going to tell you something. The big Russian. Oof. You might need to go back to wrestling.
Because that's what he's doing to basketball?
Dude, I mean, it was something. I'm just sitting here. I'm just like, oh, my God. Like, can this go? And mind you, the games are faster. There's no halftime.
Yeah.
They're 10-minute quarters. But they just don't stop shooting threes.
That's all of Summer League, though. Like, you see a guy shoot a 3, and you're like, why?
I think I would rather watch the final Dolphins preseason game than have to watch tonight's game. I'm going to watch
No,
'Cause
I
I've made it
would
far.
rather watch the intramural scrimmages they have with other teams than watch summer league.
Oh my god! Can you guys give me Keyshawn Johnson tonight at least? Give him somebody. Can Casper's get somebody to give the ball to, or just let him take all the shots? Stop letting him be a responsible floor general. Oh, tough.
You know, it's only an assist if the guy you pass it to makes the shot.
Yeah, I know. That is just a pass.
Right, right. It happens so much. They go, this point guard only had 3 assists. Not because he ain't sharing.
Just sitting here, it's been a lot.
Why you put yourself through this? Now, like, I try to keep you away from stuff like this because I know what the disappointment looks like. But you know what you do? You wild heat coyote. Meep, right into the lights.
I can't even fake it.
This time, it's not going to be a train. It's going to be a little trolley. And bam, you get hit by a train.
Clemente says Myron Gardner and Bryson Warren are the hidden gems. Okay, but one guy blew out his hamstring yesterday, and the other one had like a broken hand or a broken finger that he had to come back from. They've barely played. Karen says you could always watch Temptation Island instead of Summer League. This year's location, a Coldplay concert. Okay, we didn't get to this yesterday. Did you see what's going on with this? What happened yesterday?
So let me see if I get this straight. A guy took his side chick to the Coldplay concert.
Yep.
And got put on the Jumbotron.
His side chick, though, was apparently because he's a CEO, and the side piece was the head of HR. So I don't know if it was like a company outing or what.
No, because did you see him duck for cover?
Well, the damage is done.
Yeah, no, that clearly means my wife thinks I'm drinking with the boys.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And I'm going to tell you right now, men, let me explain something to you. You better not take another girl to Coldplay if your wife like Coldplay.
Oof.
Because think about that. That's like, before we even get to what the hell was going on, the fact that he was at Coldplay, if his wife liked Coldplay, well, it's going to be some Coldplay in the next upcoming months.
But like the thing is, I guess I'm assuming what made it go viral was
they ducked for cover.
Yeah, but did you see that Chris Martin, like the lead singer, who was like, gosh, you guys, they're either camera shy or they're having an affair. So I think that's why it went so viral. Like, he said it on stage.
Well, I mean, the man ducked for cover as if he had gotten shot. Like, it was so overtly, like, obvious that if they would have just acted normal, I don't think this would have ever been something that came out.
I mean, can I just tell you something? Brittany?
Yes.
If a man is standing behind you with his arms wrapped around you, we all know what that means. You can't play that off. You can't.
No, I'm saying like
the positioning of him.
No, I understand that.
Oh, you're saying if he would have just played it off,
it would have never gone viral.
No.
Yeah. Well,
because like they wouldn't have been called out. Like nobody would have thought of it.
Exactly.
So
he
like
would have never said anything.
Once the singer says, that was kind of weird. And they were on them for a while too. This wasn't like, hey, we moved on to the kiss cam at a Heat game. Like they were like there, and then like all of a sudden, just sitting there, like, oh my god, this is getting really awkward.
And you could tell that they were with people that they knew, because when she like turned to the side, the woman next to her was like this, like she was even fearful for what just happened.
She goes, "You guys bumping uglies."
And the girl that like the woman was like holding on to her and like saying something to her. It was like, I feel like it might have been a company outing or something of the sorts where they were with people who know that they're having an affair.
It could have been. I mean, it could have been one of those.
Listen,
so much worse.
It makes it worse if it was a work thing. And right.
Oh yeah. I mean, yeah, definitely. Especially since she's probably in charge of all the modules that they got to watch.
No, exactly. I think that's the best part too, is that she's the HR chief.
No, she's HR or he was HR.
No, she's HR. He's the CEO.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, who do they get reported to?
Exactly.
Well, why the wife and husband? Because I think they're both linked up.
What?
Yeah.
Yeesh.
What to do? Dip in broccoli in? Okay, right. Oh shit.
Man,
Way to go.
man, crazy.
I don't know. That just sounds very, very suspect. Like,
Well,
how big is the company?
It's not suspect anymore.
How big is the company?
I think it's
The
called
company can't be
Astronomer?
too big if everybody's going along with it.
Yeah, it's called Astronomer.
Because you see what I'm saying? The people that work with them didn't make a big deal about it as it was going on until that. So it's like everybody knew except
It's
the
an
people that
AI
matter the
company,
most.
it looks like. Data ops platform built empowers your team to run and observe data pipelines. So it's basically just something that lets all your data flow, I guess, through whatever.
I would just like to say that data ops, because you can't get rid of this.
Nope.
And so I'm imagining when this gets back to the missus, she gonna save the video.
It already has.
Oh, it reportedly already has. It reported is like she dropped the names off social media. Like it is tough on some things to believe because everybody got duped by this fake statement yesterday.
Uh-huh.
But the one of the things out there is that, she's already dropped the name. Now she may just want to do that because she doesn't want to get harassed on social media.
That's fair.
So there's possibly that.
Wait, why would she get harassed on social media?
Because people are looking her up. They're putting out pictures of her life. Like she didn't decide to get outed by Coldplay. She didn't even get the invite.
Right?
I mean, so we're gonna hear how this plays out.
One would think. Goodness gracious. CEO of a tech company with a valuation of $1.3 billion. Astronomer is a firm that empowers data teams to bring mission critical analytics, AI, and software to life. Well, you may have wished maybe he could just claim that was AI.
Well,
it was AI, baby.
I mean, the crazy thing about it is I think if they would have just waved and played it off, right? It wouldn't have been that big of a deal. But since they dove like a hand grenade got thrown in their box, right? That kind of is what made it that way. You can't call her a homewrecker. He's married too, right? They both were getting into some dirt.
Tag team homewreckers.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So whatever. Like the funny thing about it is we always get mad and call the other person a homewrecker, but the husband who's married to somebody else or the wife that's married to somebody else, you don't know what they telling the other person, and they know what their situation is. It ain't the other person. You could be telling them anything just to get lucky.
JFix says, what if this is all just a big ad, a great promo?
Is it?
Because
I got to tell you,
don't think it's
I don't think
PR.
I trust this guy.
I don't think people hide. I don't think people hide like that if it's just a stunt.
No,
He ducked. He literally
right.
He
Because
literally,
I bet you he told his wife he was going bowling. Or just doing, I got a late meetings. Right? And that's the issue. The issue is not that you couldn't play that off and say, no, we cool, whatever, we're both married. Like you could play that off. And if your spouses know the other person, fine. Right? But you can't play it off if you wasn't supposed to be there.
Schmeathan says they might be in that pineapple life. Never know. Like a swing off. See, the thing. I don't feel like you react like that if you're in that pineapple
No,
life.
exactly. You wouldn't.
No.
I feel like you're comfortable. You're like, she knows.
Yeah.
I don't think so. I don't think so,
it's fully
Schmeathan.
because he was afraid of getting caught.
I feel like you play it a lot cooler.
Oh, at that point, it's too late. Now you got to just play it off.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you just leave it. Like, if you're a normal couple, the video would never have gone viral if they didn't react that way. Like, it would have never gone viral.
If it was at our job, you best believe it would have been on that company board for events that had just been
Coldplay concert.
Huh? Oh yeah, you know they put it on the board out front. The events.
You think somebody has sent them astronomer points?
I don't know. I mean, like, what do you like? Man,
Prez is right. Prez 561 says their fight or flight instincts kicked in, and what they did is they reacted like a 5-year-old who's just like, "You can't see me."
Yeah,
right. But the thing is that they reacted as if they were doing something wrong, which inclined everybody to think they were doing something wrong.
Yeah, including the lead singer of Coldplay.
No, yeah, he was like,
he didn't say nothing till they dove.
He's like, I think they're bumping uglies.
Yeah.
Is he British?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Wait, is he really?
Yeah.
Are we sure about this?
I'm not sure. That's why I asked the
I'm not
question.
Sure. I don't think he's British.
He is British. Okay.
Oh, yeah. Well, I was wrong.
Whitestone, United Kingdom. That's where he's from. Take a break.
I mean, Americans don't bump uglies. Nobody says that.
Take a break. Back after this.
It's time for our Tua.
It's our Tua. It's our Tua. It's our Tua. Tua, Tua, Tua. Tonga Vailoa. Not
Tua Tagovailoa.
A for effort. Dolphins quarterback.
Tua.
It's our Tua. It's our Tua.
Tua.
Tua, Tua, Tua. Tua, Tua, Tua. Can go to hell. Tua Tonga Vailoa. Dolphins quarterback. Daddy loves you guys.
Our Tua with Tobin and Leroy.
Check the history of food.
Hour 2 of the program, ladies and gentlemen. Tobin and Leroy here with you, 560 WQAM. Take you guys up until 2 here on the program. Let's get to our headlines. Brought to you by Doral Hyundai. Doral Hyundai, choose from over 1,300 new Hyundai miles in inventory like the Tucson, Sonata, and Palisade. And remember, when it comes to Hyundai, the great deals are at Doral Hyundai. We got the Open Championship Day 2. What do we got on that leaderboard right now, Leroy? An hour past. Who is leading over in Northern Ireland?
Let me give you a little looky-loo. Right now, we have 2 at 8 under. Although I think Lee will end up having the lead because he's 4 under through 10. Brian Harmon is already done. Matthew Fitzpatrick is 2 under through 4. Rasmus Højgaard is at 5 under. He's done. Terrell Hatton's at 5 under, done. McIntyre, 5 under, done. Harris English, 5 under, done. Nicholas Højgaard is at 4 under. If you're wondering, Scotty Scheffler is at 4 under. He just teed off a little bit. Roy McIlroy is 3 under, so he's 5 back going into the weekend. It's pretty good. We got John Rahm. Let's see. Okay. Ludwig Oberg, he's at 2 under. He shot 4 under. So there's some guys. I'm going to our Sepp Straka is at even par. That's one of our guys. Xander is at even par, but these guys are early on in their round, so they can still shoot 4 or 5 under.
Keep it going.
Russell Henley is at even par. He'll make the cut, but he got some work to do. That's it. Would you like to hear a couple of trunk slams?
Yeah, I love trunk slams.
Trunk slam. Let's see. Jason Day, Patrick Cantlay. I can honestly say none of our guys are trunk slamming.
Good.
So if you're not trunk slamming, you got a chance.
Still in there.
Oh, no. We didn't have Mawa Collins.
We did not. No, we did not.
Yeah, because he's trunk slamming.
I do like betting on him, but we did not go with him.
He's trunk slamming. Minwoo Lee, remember you suggested that trunk slam.
You know what it is? You know what we got coming up, Leroy?
What do we got?
We got training camp coming up, baby.
So
I'm excited. Football. Although this is gonna be what we're getting, and this is gonna make if Leroy hears that Mike McDaniel's a changed man, but this is truly what we got. Mike McDaniel hugging and screaming his bubble screens to 5'8" guys.
I'm telling you, dude. And listen, that's not just me standing behind Jay Fig and we dancing to the music. He's full lock. Yeah.
You know, like he's whispering the chorus into her ear.
Yeah, like you can't even fake that, right?
Yeah.
You can't even say we just coworkers kicking it. Cause that 2 arms around from the back, yeah, that's a position right there. You don't just get in that position with anybody.
Definitely feel like if Leroy catches it, he goes, "Yo, I thought you were a changed man, huh? You told me you were gonna run.
Dude, I told
you were gonna run it up the middle."
I told you right now. I will give you his fate after the first 3 or 4 weeks. Because if they don't make a conscious effort to be more physical and they think that they're going to play the same style of offense they've been playing for the last 3 years, I'll tell you right then and there, it ain't going to work. It might look good. Just as soon as you see that first leaf on the ground, fall's coming, little nip in the air.
I have a lot of foliage down here.
Huh?
I don't have a lot of foliage down here.
Yeah, but you know that when that weather comes, right? So, yeah, all I'm saying is I'll be able to tell you. Like, they can talk. You can say whatever you want as far as how you want to do things.
Mm-hmm.
But the film don't lie.
I
can see situations in the film. I'm not even counting preseason. Preseason sucks. Preseason is not an indication of what your team's going to be or how your team's going to perform offensively because it's standard stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But if you start game planning, I'm going to be able to tell right away if you have made a conscious effort to be more physical or you haven't. And I give you a perfect example, right? The Panthers that won the President's Cup.
Trophy. It's not a cup.
Trophy. The President's Trophy versus the Panthers that played last year. What was the biggest difference? We need to be more physical because the style of hockey we were playing is not sustainable through the long playoffs. That was a fact. That's what everybody said, right? That's what they did. Now they're extremely physical with mostly the same guys, I might add. So, they had some stars, but I'm saying there's still a lot of the base there that just changed how they play.
Mm-hmm.
They can do it. Like, I believe Mike McDaniel and that team can do it. But it has to be a conscious effort to make that change. You can talk about it. You can mention it. You can tell Will Manso, right? When you talk to Will Manso or you talk to Joe Rose or you talk to us, yeah, we want to be more physical. One thing to say you want to be physical. It's another thing to do it.
You better not lie to Will Manso, Mike McDaniel.
I'm just saying. All I'm saying is this. Everybody thinks I'm talking about prehistoric football. And you're wrong. Okay? You're wrong. If they run the ball more physically, Tyreek and Waddle are going to have better numbers than they had last year.
Oh, 100%.
Right.
I guess it's just a question of, do you really trust what you've put together here? Because they're obviously going to say they do with that front line. And
of course.
We have no idea if Patrick Paul is going to be good. I don't know what Savaianai is going to be. Austin Jackson's coming off an injury. James Daniels recovering from an Achilles.
Right.
I guess Brewer had a good year, but him and Tua can't really get on the same page with the snapping. So it's a mystery. Like, I hope there's continuity and I hope it works, but we don't know. We really don't.
We don't. But I will say this. If you want to get an offensive line comfortable, right? Run the football. I've never heard of an offensive line complain about running it too much. But if you throw a bunch of passes, they come to the sideline, they're hot because they don't want to be on their heels. And so, like I said, I have said from the start, I believe Mike McDaniel can do it because I've seen the offenses that he's come from, whether he was making the calls or not. If you're a coach in that system and you get hired to go somewhere else, they're hiring you because you were in that damn system.
Chase says, are the Bills the easiest division winner to predict? I mean, unless you're a fan of the team, I don't know what team you'd have the balls to pick to also win that division. Like,
what division?
The AFC East. So, like, out of all the divisions, are they the easiest to predict?
As of right now, yes. As of right now, yes, because
I'll tell you by
no other team in the division that has proven that they can beat Buffalo. And until somebody else beats Buffalo, until somebody in the division beats Buffalo and looks good doing it to the point where you think, now there's competition, You can't just dismiss Buffalo.
If we're just
You
going to
can't.
if we're going to just go by gambling, they are the heaviest favorite to win their division by a lot. By a lot. They are minus 280. The next closest, or the next team that is the biggest favorite, looks like Baltimore. Baltimore is minus 150 to win the North. But the next team, Cincinnati's plus 250. So like the Bills are minus 280. The Patriots are plus 550 to win the division.
Right.
The Dolphins are plus 750 and the Jets are plus 1700.
So I'll ask you, because for the life of me, I can't figure out why every season starts and we put Cincinnati up there like contenders, when besides the year they went to the Super Bowl, they've been nothing, right?
Joe Burrow, that's why.
Okay.
They're betting on Joe Burrow.
Okay.
That's why.
Is he going to score 50 a week? Because that defense was terrible.
Yeah, and they haven't paid Hendrickson yet either.
Right. So
TJ Watt did just get paid though. TJ Watt got his Munyon.
Yeah. Which is like that had to hurt the Steelers because they don't pay nobody.
Well, they're going all in. Like, there's nothing to like. If you're gonna go in and you're gonna pay Aaron Rodgers,
I mean, wait. Let's be clear. Aaron Rodgers is making less than the Dolphins pay for their backup.
No, I understand, but it's still when you're bringing him in, like you're going for it this year. Like what are you're gonna bring in Aaron Rodgers and all that comes with it, and all the pressure that comes with it, and you're not gonna pay your star defender.
Right.
Makes no sense.
Right. I got you.
Makes no sense. He got a 3-year, $123 million extension, 108 of it guaranteed.
So I'm just like, if I were to say, if there's one team that I would be worried about in the AFC East, it would be the Patriots. They seem like they have a lot of momentum, and it started being built last year, even though they fired their coach, right?
And Vrabel's a good coach.
Yeah.
He's given that, like, Tua's owned the Patriots, but Vrabel's given them fits when he was on the Titans.
Right.
The Titans, no matter what, have seemed like they used to be the Texans back in the day. I guess now too.
Oh my goodness!
But now it's like the Titans. The Titans always kick the Dolphins' ass. But Tua arguably had one of his worst games of his career against that team.
Right. So, yeah, I just, and here's the problem. Of all the teams in AFC East, the only team that you could, with a little bit of confidence, say you know what they're going to be is Buffalo.
Yeah, of course.
Like, you'd like to think that, the Patriots have made all the right steps, but you don't know how that's going to end up, right? It's still new.
I mean, what's their run right now? What is this? How many years in a row have they won the division? Is it like six? 6 straight?
I think so.
That's a damn long run, dude.
How many years did the Patriots do it? They won like 10 or 11, right?
Probably like 11, yeah, something like that. Like, they're not at that level yet, but it's not like, it's still impressive. Like, no one's had anything else go their way. Nothing has broken. No, it's like,
Right.
and we know with the Dolphins, and for them, that's typically like 2 automatic wins. They kill the Dolphins.
In all my years, I think I won 2 divisions. 2.
You got Kansas City is minus 110. So even the West, like the many times over AFC champion Kansas City Chiefs, they think that division has a better chance to have a new champion than the AFC East.
I would say they're giving a lot of credit to what the Chargers have done. Boatload, right? But again, every year we take these teams. We did it with the Dolphins a couple of years ago. This is the year to get Buffalo. This is the year. They're doing that with the Chargers. Okay, but you're dealing with that dude. You're dealing with that team, not only in the AFC, but in the National Football League.
That's been what made 2 years ago so disappointing, because he wasn't having his best year. that team looked like they were finally ready to give it up to you, and to wet yourself and to not be able to pull that off with that Monday night meltdown.
Right.
And that's like, you really look at all the stuff that they built into the team and all the moves they made. Like, that's where it's like bleh, it yacked all over itself.
Right.
So Patriots are minus 110. I got a smudge on my screen. Is that minus or
Patriots are minus? That ain't minus 110.
Chiefs. I'm sorry. Chiefs are minus 110. But I had a smudge on my screen, so I couldn't tell if it was a plus 110 or minus 110. The Chargers are plus 280. Denver plus 330. And then the Raiders plus 1,300.
Yeah, they can make it 10,000. Other than that, like I mean, it's gonna be until we otherwise see it. The AFC is either going to be won by Kansas City, Buffalo, or the Ravens.
Agreed.
And until we see that other team that plays against those guys and shows that they can compete with those three teams, like, it's safe to go with them.
Yeah, like, I think, for the Dolphins having the third longest odds in the division, like, I do think, like, if I look at both rosters, I think the Dolphins have more talent. Tua's obviously proven more than Drake May, but it's his health. It's kind of the pressure of the team. Vrabel has a lot of respect, so I understand why the odds are where they are. I still think I think the Dolphins on paper are the second best team, right. But I just don't think. I just think that everybody's kind of lost their trust in them. Like, they're not the sexy team anymore.
No, because, and sometimes what that has to do with. I'm gonna throw Buffalo out of this, okay? But if you look at Kansas City and their ability to play defense and run the football okay, right? They've taken pressure off of, in the last couple of years, they've taken some of that pressure off of Patrick Mahomes to have to go out and be all everything, especially with that defense. When you look at what the Ravens have done, they have probably the best run game in the league with Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson, right? And so you can't even deny that. And Buffalo just does everything well. And they have that dude at quarterback. So when you look at how these teams are put together and what it's going to take to beat these teams, right? You going out there with trickeration ain't going to scare them. You think you're going to scare what Baltimore does with trickery? No, because they're going to beat the living crap out of you offensively and wear you down. So you look at what, Buffalo does. They don't have a star receiver, but they run the ball well. They play well defensively, and they got that dude at quarterback.
Yeah, and they've drafted some guys that are going to probably step up into, now year two. Like there's that too. Like, it's not, I don't think losing, all respect, I don't think losing Mac Hollins is going to be exactly a detriment to them. God, he very much annoys me.
I mean, if you look at it, and then think about this. If you manage to get through that and say you are in an AFC Championship game because you've turned it around and you've played more physical and you were able to being physical keeps you in a lot of games so that big plays matter even more because they're not playing catch up.
Am I crazy to want to bet on the Titans to win the division just on Cam Ward?
No, that's
I don't respect that division. I don't respect the Jaguars. I don't respect the Texans. Are right, but like Stroud took a step back last year. I know that defense is sick, and then who the hell knows what's going on with who? I mean, come on, Indianapolis. Like they brought in Danny Dimes. You know what you think of your quarterback when you bring in Daniel Jones to be like, hey, listen, this could go awry. We're gonna go with you. I get it. I'm just betting on Cam Ward. I'm betting with my heart, but man, he's a come on, baby. So it's a long shot. Who doesn't love a long shot?
Yeah, I got you. I just, and then let's talk about the NFC. The NFC if you're going to even compete, you're going to have to play physical because you got the Eagles, you know what they are. Offensive and defensive line juggernauts. Let's not even talk about Detroit. The only reason why they didn't compete even more was simply because they were a mass unit at the end of the year, and people don't realize how banged up they really were. The fact that they still made it to an NFC Championship game is amazing because they were banged up pretty good. The Rams, very physical, but then they can throw the ball, right? We're talking about what's Green Bay going to be? Minnesota. What are they going to be? Are they going to have a step back? I mean, they got a new quarterback.
JJ McCarthy. He's coming for his first year. And then Chicago's like, they've spent a boatload. I mean,
they spent a boatload of money, but they all spent it up front. Right? So
but they already had they already had DJ Moore and they had Keenan Allen. So they have weapons there too.
They have weapons there. That's not even talking like we ain't even talking about like the crazy division that win 5 games, you might win the division in
the South?
The South.
Carolina's only 3-1 to win the division.
Right. Is it crazy? Right.
3-1.
Wait, they didn't win. Did they win the division last year? No, Tampa did. Right?
Tampa did. Right. Tampa's plus 110, but the Falcons are plus 220, and Carolina's only plus 350 for Carolina.
So everybody's plus in that division.
Yeah.
So it's a crapshoot. So it's crazy. It's but the one thing that's consistent through all of this is all these teams that I mentioned are physical in some way or another up front, either on the offensive line or the defensive line. So when I keep preaching this and saying this over and over again, and people say, "Oh, boring, you're playing old school." No, you can throw the ball all over the place, but it's got to have a base. The base is being physical up front. It makes these guys step up to stop the physical run, the physicality of your offensive line, and then you draw back and throw it, and you got 2 of the fastest guys in the league.
We'll take a break. Back with more to this.
We're
All right, welcome back. Tobin and Leroy here with you. We'll tickle Leroy's fancy coming up this hour. Marlins return to action tonight, taking on the Kansas City Royals. Coming off an all-star break. Kyle Stowers, of course, being part of the National League swing-off win. So congratulations to old Stour Powers. A great showing after he struck out a couple of times in the game. He got redemption.
Yep.
He got redemption. Did you see, Leroy, you familiar with Big Dumper, Cal Raleigh, kicking ass this year, catcher for the Seattle Mariners?
Yep.
You got to love what this year has been for him. He's having a career year. Always been a good power hitter, but not like this. He's got 38 home runs. He's killing it. He's just absolutely mashing the baseball all over the place. Won the home run derby, but he also now he's cashing in. He's cashing in, and his nickname, Big Dumper. Well, he now has one of those great local marketing opportunities, and he is now the face of Honey Bucket Porta Potties.
Wait a minute. Hold on. What's worse? Having the nickname the Big Dumper or having your business called what, the Honey Bucket? The Honey Bucket is worse, right?
Honey Bucket.
Because when I walk past a porta potty, I ain't thinking of honey.
I know there's nothing that is probably
He kind of looks like Josh Allen.
Is that your hell going into a porta potty?
No, I've never gone to porta potty.
Ever? Never. Not even for a number one?
Nope. No. What?
Really?
I won't go, dude. Let me tell you something. I am used to, like, before games and practice, I get up in the morning, I go before I go to the facility. I'm good all day till I get home, right? So any other event, like I don't understand these guys that mysteriously have to go during games, right? Like, you're a grown-ass man. How will you tell when you have kids, you say, hold it till we get home. And you got to stop in the middle of a football game and go use the bathroom?
I think it's a brilliant. I don't really understand, though. I'm a little confused on Honey Bucket just because who are they advertising for? Like, is somebody who's running a concert being like, get the Honey Buckets out here? Those are who we're going to hire.
Well, keep in mind, it's local. So it's like, you ever, when there's road, like when the road's blocked or whatever, and you see all the little things, Bob's barricades.
Yeah, Bob's barricades.
Right. It's like that. It's like they're the only show in town.
Okay, but let's say Bob's Barriers wanted to hire Sergei Bobrovsky to be like, nobody's a barrier like Bob. Nobody's a barrier like Bob's Barriers. And they have Sergei Bobrovsky out there, which, by the way, you guys are welcome if you guys want to do that. That's game off.
I was going to say.
You're welcome. Bob's Barriers, Sergei Bobrovsky, your agent. I don't even want to cut. Just, maybe a pat on the back. But who is Bob's Barriers? Like, I always feel like the point of advertising is we have to compete. Like,
right.
This is, or who is the porta potty in the Seattle area that's like, Honey Bucket, they got the Big Dumper. That was genius. How come you didn't think of that, Carl?
Here's the other thing is that sometimes guys do stuff like this to be a part of the team. And it's not about competing against somebody else.
Do the Mariners need an official porta potty? I feel like
have you turned on the TV and seen official stuff for the Dolphins, official stuff for the Miami Heat?
Oh yeah, like
right.
Good Greek.
Right.
Duncan Robinson does. Oh, my sweet Duncan Robinson, no longer in the Good Greek. Who do you think they're going to go with? Who gets that call? Pella?
Oh, I don't know.
Hello, where? Oh, the warehouse. Moving into the warehouse.
Boom, there you
go.
You're
welcome.
You're welcome.
You need to go
so I want to answer this. I'm going to answer this question in the chat.
What's that?
Say, hey, Leroy, was it like taking a hit from Steve Atwater?
Mm-hmm.
One of the reasons why you play so long is because you don't have to take that hit. But I would tell you, there were 4 guys who were absolutely terrorizing in the secondary. Some of it is because of their size, and some of it just because they were wild men. One, I'm going to go with Ronnie Lott. Ronnie Lott had to hit somebody on every play. And if you got tackled, you kind of waited on the ground until he flew over the pile. You wasn't jumping up real quick because he always hit the pile. Then I'm going to go with, you guys may not remember him, Joey Browner. You remember how Barry Bonds came up to bat with that big old arm thing?
Yeah, of course.
Joey Browner played with one of those. He looked like a gladiator. But he was like 6'3", 225, 230. Right? With this.
I'm looking at it.
Yes. All right. So he was terrifying. Then you got Steve Atwater. What people don't realize is Steve Atwater was also a 220 plus pound safety. So we're talking about guys now that they would play in the box. Like you would play him as a rover. You wouldn't play him as a safety. And they brought the wood. And then let's not forget down here, Louis Oliver, who's also a big boy. And just have that roaming around in the secondary. Keep in mind, at a time where you could clean clocks.
For our YouTube and Twitch audience, this was the
look at that.
The armor.
Yes.
From Joey Browner. 47, great safety number.
47.
Great safety number.
So there were some guys. There's not nothing against, football is very cyclical and it changes. Like you had a period of time where everybody's wide receiver was 6'3", 6'4", and had size, right? You had a time with Mark Duper and Clayton where everybody had little ants, little guys playing wide receiver, right? It goes back and forth. Now we're back to little guys because there's no more Megatrons out there. There's no more Randy Mosses out there. There's not a whole bunch of those guys. There are some, though. If you look at some of the wide receivers, thick. But, yeah, football is very cyclical, and now we're back to, like, guys who can run like the wind and are not as big.
We'll take a little Leroy's Fancy coming up next. Nah! It is time, ladies and gentlemen, to Tickle Leroy's Brother. Go around the weekend slate, see what interests Leroy, what captivates him, what gets him going. You ready, Leroy?
I'm ready.
All right. First up, tonight at 7 o'clock, the Miami Heat take on the Milwaukee Bucks in Summer League action. Take your fancy?
After the conversation we just had, how dare you?
Why?
Come at me with, does that tickle my fancy?
So no.
If it don't tickle your fancy, it sure as hell ain't gonna tickle mine.
I'm still going to watch.
Oh, my goodness.
It's like when you watch a show you've invested so much time in, and even though you know it's gone off the rails, you got to see how it ends.
All right.
So that's why I'm in. What about tonight? Also at 7 o'clock, 7:10, the Miami Marlins return to action against the Kansas City Royals. Tickle your fancy? Sandman on the hill.
I'll start watching Sandy, see if he's getting better.
Okay. See if he's got it going.
Yeah. But I'll still be watching. Try to think. Nah, golf will be done.
Speaking of golf, this morning in the wee hours, day 3 of the Open Championship after the cut, Leroy. Tickle your fancy?
Yep. It's when I get up to get ready for my own golf. I can turn on the TV. Prime time there.
My fancy is tickled.
I'll peruse on Sunday.
Okay.
I'll check it out on Sunday, especially if we're in the game, if we have some actual action going on. Tomorrow, Leroy, at 6 o'clock on DAZN, Alexander Usyk in a rematch fights Daniel Dubois in London for the undisputed heavyweight title on DAZN. Does that tickle your fancy?
No, but it's early, so I might, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, you're already
Fancy,
watching Northern
not
Ireland.
tickled.
Why not
Right.
watch, a little boxing?
Because
What?
one's free and one isn't.
You don't have DAZN?
No.
I saw yesterday Turkey Al Sheikh says that he's going to do the thing with DAZN, and you're like, we're doing away with pay-per-view again. And I don't know how to feel about it because DAZN really
Last
broke my
time they
heart.
got you.
They broke my heart. They said, Tobes, $10 a month. You get all the fights you want. And then like 3 months in, they're like, just kidding, $20 a month. I'm like, at least Netflix slow rolls it. They're like $5 a month, $7 a month, $8 a month, $9 a month, $20 a month. Like they slowly built it over years.
And where the product was worth $20 when they got
Right.
it. Right.
DAZN was like, all of a sudden, they were like, guess what, dude? Double the price. And then like a year later, they were like, no free pay-per-views either. I'm like, what is the point of you?
What do you have DAZN for? You can just buy the pay-per-view.
Exactly. Well, now he says that he's going to do away with the pay-per-view model once again, and that all DAZN subscribers will get the pay-per-view worthy fights for free.
So he owns DAZN?
There's talks that he's gonna buy. Listen, this guy's got a lot of money. He's getting some level of control of DAZN. I don't know if he's buying all of DAZN, but I think he's gonna have a very heavy hand in DAZN, especially the boxing.
But here's the kicker with him. He's already getting all the fights. So if he just brings the fights to DAZN, people are going to join DAZN because he getting those bangers.
Would hope. Now I hope
Right.
DAZN doesn't do something like $30 a month. I'm like, all right,
but would you even that? If you got one quality fight a month,
still
right?
It's got to be a real quality fight.
I mean, he doesn't put scrub fights together.
He better not. I'm telling you, I fell for all this before.
I know.
I've gotten a lot of my money DAZN. I'm watching you. Okay, I'm watching you, DAZN. Anyway, also, that same night on Prime pay-per-view, the Pac-Man, Manny Pacquiao, returns to the ring at the ripe age of 46 years old to fight Mario Barrios for the WBC welterweight title in lovely Las Vegas. Leroy, does the Pac-Man's return tickle your fancy?
Absolutely. I don't know what was he 46? I don't know what that's going to look like, but I will say that win or lose, he's always a fun guy to watch fight. Like you usually get your money's worth when you watch a Pacquiao fight. There's no tap move and all that. I don't know if he can beat Manny Pacquiao at 46.
Me either. I think I'm almost more worried about the cramps than I am the him getting knocked out. The last time we saw him, I mean, Xander mentioned, we had Xander Zayas on earlier, and he mentioned that exhibition. He did not look good in that fight. He looked like he rolled out of bed for that one.
Well, because it was an exhibition and they prepared differently.
And then against Yordenis Ugas, he also didn't look very fantastic, and he got pummeled a little bit in that one. So,
all right,
we'll see. We'll see. I hope.
Is he, in fairness, is he one of the best draws for a guy that's probably lost 10 fights?
I don't think his record matters. I think people just
that's where I'm getting at.
I think people just love him. I love him. And also, you've only really seen him get his ass kicked a couple of times. Like he's had losses where you're just like, he didn't lose to Tim Bradley. That was bull bleep. I don't think he lost to Jeff Horn. The Ugas fight, he got pummeled. He obviously got sent to the stratosphere by Juan Manuel Marquez in their fourth fight. Third fight was very controversial. Lost to Morales early on when he was on the ranks. Then, of course, lost to Floyd. We all know that.
Yeah.
But like really got stomped on, I would say, like has happened twice in his career. So I think that's why. And he's always entertaining.
Yep.
He's always entertaining. But I agree. Your fancy being tickled, mine is as well. And then also, Leroy, from the squared circle to the octagon in your hometown, UFC 318, Dustin Poirier steps into the cage for what he claims will be the last time against the former featherweight champion, Max Holloway. Does that fight tickle your fancy?
Yes, because their fights are always good. Like, you don't have to worry about them kind of easing their way into the fight.
Nope.
It could either go 3 rounds or 30 seconds. And that's the fun ones to watch because there's going to be action.
There's going to be action. Nate South says Tobin is Max Hollandaise. I don't like Hollandaise sauce.
Yeah, you do. You don't like what?
I don't think I've ever asked for hollandaise. If it's on something, fine.
Like you don't get it on eggs. You get it on Eggs Benedict.
I don't like Eggs Benedict.
Why?
No.
What? The one food you don't like?
It's just not. I like eggs. It's just not the way I like my eggs. It's like a 7 seed. It's like a mid-major.
No, it's not.
It is, dude. It is. I know you love Eggs Benedict, but it's the truth.
Eggs Benedict is a strong 2 seed that was a 1 seed all year but lost in the tournament.
No. Ridiculous statement by you. Ridiculous statement. That is Tickle My Fancy. We'll take a break, get you caught up with your headlines, what's going on over in Northern Ireland, and plus, Damian Lillard has made
Oh, did it hurt you a little bit?
We'll talk about it next.
All right.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you, 560 WQAM. Take you guys up until 2 here on the program. Hope everybody's doing well out there on a Friday. Got the mixed bag coming on up. Let's get to our headlines, which are brought to you by Doral Hyundai. Doral Hyundai, choose from over 1,300 new Hyundai miles in inventory at the Tucson, Sonata, and Palisade. Remember, when it comes to Hyundai, the great deals at Doral Hyundai. Day 2 of the Open Championship. Let's hit that scoreboard, Leroy. How are we doing so far in the midst of today?
We have through 14, Hatag Lee. He's at -8. He was the leader after round 1. Brian Harmon is finished at -8. He shot 6 under, which is, I think, the low round of the tournament so far. Matthew Fitzpatrick through 8 is at 6 under. Scotty Scheffler is 3 under through 6. He's at 6 under. And Rasmus Højgaard, he's done. He's at 5 under, along with Terrell Hatton, McIntyre, Harris, English. They're all at 5 under. Nicholas Højgaard is -4 under. That's pretty cool that the brothers. Rory's done. He's at 3 under. So he's right in it. Keegan Bradley, the captain of the Ryder Cup, he's in it too. He's at 3 under.
DeChambeau shot 6 under today, Hunter saying.
Let me,
nice little bounce.
Yeah, he needed it.
He stunk the other day.
He stunk it up. Let me see. Schauffele's at even par through 6. The Sepp Striker thing threw me off because his real name is Joseph.
What?
Yeah.
I would have never been on Joseph Straka. Why didn't you tell me that?
No, they call him Sepp Straka, but on the leaderboard they put J Straka, and I'm like, who the hell's that?
What kind of name is that?
What?
Why would they nickname him Strep?
Sepp. It's not even Steph. It's Sepp.
I don't like this.
Joseph Sepp Straka. All right. So he is no, he's farther up. Because again, I keep looking for the J. I gotta look for the J, not the JJ Spawn. He's at +1.
Speaking of JJs, did you see that D Wade was hanging out with that JJ Redick?
Yeah. Sepp Straka is even par and -1 for the day. So all our guys made the cut.
All right. That's good. At least they get opportunities to keep going throughout all of it.
I would say realistically though, Rory and maybe if Sepp can get to like 2-3 under, he'll be in the mix. Same thing with Xander Schauffele. There's a lot. We have, they're both at even par, but they've only played 6 and 8 holes. So, it's still a lot of golf left today. But if you pick 4-5 guys and they all make the cut, then you got a chance. Because in most cases with these majors, unless it's a big name guy, so if Scotty Scheffler had the lead at 8 under and we didn't have him, I'd be worried. But Brian Harmon, I'm a little worried about. He seems to play these style golf courses really well.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see. Scotty Scheffler, he's only 2 back. You got to look and see him on the leaderboard, and everybody's kind of like, uh-oh.
The Marlins will return to action tonight. They're taking on the Kansas City Royals. Sandman on the hill for the Fish. First pitch is set for 7:10. First of their 3-game set. So the Marlins, who are 7 under, 7.5 back in the wild card. The Marlins have definitely reinvigorated their season as they're going to start this off with the Royals, who are no great shakes. Then they got to take on the Padres. Manny Machado returning to his own stomping ground next week. And then they go out for a little road trip for 6 games. against the Brewers and Cardinals. And then starting in August, you got the Bronx Bombers coming into town. Jazz Chisholm, Giancarlo Stanton on August 1st, 2nd, and 3rd will be here. So some interesting matchups for the Fish to start this thing off. But first off, 7:10 tonight is your first pitch. And you got Sandman, then you got Cal Quantrill tomorrow afternoon against Michael Wacha. Still doing it, huh? And
wow. That's crazy.
Been around.
Is he 40?
How old is Michael Wacha? He is 34.
Jeez.
That's when he was a child.
We start pitching when he was 12?
And Jansen Junk is on the hill on Sunday for the Fish.
Because didn't he win a championship with the Cardinals?
I don't remember if he won a championship, but I remember him of the Cardinals. That's where I remember him from. Yes. He's been with the Royals the last 2 years, but yes, he won. Did he win a championship with the Cardinals? I feel like when's the last time the Cardinals won the World Series? I think it's been a minute.
He's been around for a minute.
He made his debut in 2013. Let's see. Michael. I know you guys were all waiting for this on a Friday with Michael Wacha's pitching resume.
It's July
Sports Talk. He did not win the World Series. He got there right. I don't think the Cardinals have won. I want to say 2012 was the last time the Cardinals won the World Series.
Okay, so almost a year off.
I think he got there right after it happened. He did. I think got to play in a World Series, but I don't think they won.
I just remember every time he pitched going, Waka, Waka, Waka.
Very mature of you.
Really? Coming from you?
What?
You're yelling out the window to game ops.
You can't act like having Sergei Bobrovsky being the spokesperson for Bob's Barricades is not a genius idea. Like that's gold. I mean, if the Panthers, do they need Bob's Barricades at the arena? I don't know if they do or not, but if they do, that's good. You put Sergei Bobrovsky's face on all your barricades. If Cal Raleigh can sell honey bucket poop porta potties,
why
can't Sergei Bobrovsky sell?
Why did you throw the poop in there?
I don't know, because I saw him with the picture with the pickup truck, and I just thought, does he have a poop hose back there?
That's what I don't know. Dude.
No place you'd like to put your big dumper more than a honey bucket.
Can I just say, I went in one to pee. And when I opened the door, I just went and did it in the bushes like a dog. I just lifted my leg up and peed like a dog. Like, I didn't care if people saw me. I didn't care if I got a ticket, but I wasn't going in a porta potty.
I just saw this, by the way, on Twitter. Speaking of the Panthers, Alex Baumgartner of 5 Reasons Sports has covers the Panthers, a photo of Panthers wine now available at Publix.
Of course.
And I got to tell you, sign me up for a couple of bottles of that.
$54.
It is. That is pricey. Wait, that is pricey.
Is it $54 for 3 of them?
Wow.
Highly doubtful.
I don't think so. It's a collector's item, though, Brittany.
That's insane. $54 is crazy. You can't even drink it if you want to keep it as a collector's item.
Buy one for the collector's item and one for the
So you're going to spend $100 on wine.
For the Panthers? They've earned it.
Oh, my goodness. Well, I'm not going to tell you what's in my cabinet.
No, I mean, listen. I understand that there's wine that's expensive that deserves to be expensive. I don't know that a Publix Panthers wine needs to be $54.
How much would you pay for the Panthers? Would $34.99 be more of a reasonable price for you?
I feel like that would be more reasonable.
What about $40?
No, I just feel like that's really a steep ask.
How much are you paying for Publix wine? Because I feel like
I'm not buying Publix wine, like unless it's like
you've never bought Publix wine.
But here's the deal. Publix does sell some of the wines that are popular at all the wine places too.
But I need to know. There's an app. Isn't there an app about wine that tells you the rating of wine? I need to know the rating of this Panthers wine before I can.
You know what it is? You know what the rating of the wine is, Brittany? It's back to back. That's what the rating.
That's right.
That's right. That's not a. That's
you're telling me. Hold on, Brittany. I didn't know you were a sommelier.
Yeah.
And second of all, that $54 is so worth it.
I don't
wait.
So worth it to pour it in your.
somebody just said it perfectly. But she has no problem spending $54 on some stuffed animals.
First off, I didn't buy the stuffed animal for myself, and it wasn't $54. All right. Thank you very much.
What if there was a jelly cat that was the Stanley Cup?
Yeah, what if Jellycat
be worth
came out with a
$54?
wine?
I think that would be worth $54.
That would be worth $4.
If Jellycat came out with a
I have
wine?
standards here.
Has anybody bought like a collector's like a Wheaties? I know Leroy's, this is a ridiculous question for him, but have you ever like seen somebody buy like the Wheaties box, the champion Wheaties box from when your team won the World Series or something like that?
I don't have that, but my family has a Wheaties box, it's like a throwback Wheaties box that we bought in South Carolina because it was like crazy to us that it was in South Carolina
That
for
is
some
crazy.
reason.
Why
Yeah,
was it in
so
South
we had it, and
Carolina?
like it's literally we used to put it on like the TV console when the games were happening.
like a shrine.
Yeah,
I like that.
yeah, that. So I mean, that's as close as I can say, but I don't know. $54 is steep for a Panthers wine. That better be really good wine.
I have a Baltimore Ravens 25-year bottle of wine.
Do you?
How much was that one?
I don't know. They sent it to me.
The Ravens sent him a lot of swag for
They sent me
for
a lot
a
of
guy who
swag.
was barely a Raven.
Interesting. That's you know what? That's nice.
The
But
Ravens
keep in mind, it's the organization. So I was with the
kind of. I mean, like they went. I mean, like they went back. Like they went back. But that Ravens team, they give you like the nicest equipment. You had that cool ass sweater.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, they don't play.
Or the hoodie. That was cool.
The hoodie.
Yeah. Speaking of going back, we'll get into Damian Lillard returning to the Trailblazers. We got to take a break. Back after this. All right, welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you, 560 WQM. Hey, you guys want to go to Counting Crows? Heard that ad during the break. I got one more pair of tickets to give away to the Complete Suites Tour at Hard Rock Live on July 22nd. And if you guys want a pair of tickets right now, caller number, I'll go caller 5. Caller 5 to 305-567-0560 will win a pair of tickets to see the Counting Crows on July 22nd. And that'll be our last pair of the week. Thanks to everybody who participated. But if you guys are last pair right now, caller 5 to 305-567-0560 gets a pair of tickets to see the Counting Crows at Hard Rock Live on July 22nd. Yesterday, after I was able to power my way through another Heat Summer League game, we get the news.
Power your way through.
I powered my way through it.
You made it sound like you're taking your morning vitamins when you were a kid.
It felt like I was taking my morning vitamins watching Miami Heat Summer League we're not
talking about the Flintstones vitamins either that you just chew up.
No,
yeah.
the one that tastes like dirt. Terrible.
Yeah, that one that your mom tried to mix into all the other nice ones.
Yeah. The news comes out that Damian Lillard is returning to the Portland Trailblazers on a 3-year deal, $42 million, has a player option in that last year. Now finally has a no trade clause. Anyway, he returns to Portland. He's obviously not going to play this year. Well, most people think he's not going to play this year. He's coming out. He has a torn Achilles. And he's going back home. He's going to stay in Portland. And reportedly, the Heat wasn't interested. There was one report that said they weren't interested in bringing Damian Lillard back. I certainly don't think the Heat, to the tune of $14 million extra a year, were going to pay Damian Lillard. I just don't think they were going to do that. But I'm just speculating.
They're in no position. This organization and this team is in no damn position to pay a guy that's not going to play next year.
Yeah, and I think that for the Blazers, it's like, the Blazers kind of turned things around last year in the second half, but they're not like a good team. And, this is a cool thing for him, and it's a cool thing for their fans. I saw Heat fans get upset about this because it's like, how could you go back to Joe Cronin? Dude, how could LeBron James go back to Dan Gilbert? I don't know. Like, they barely probably have to interact with these people. He's going to go back to his adoring fans. And the number one thing is he wanted to be with his kids. He's not playing this year. He's out for the entire season. He didn't want to be halfway across or completely across the country, certainly in Miami, away from his children. That was part of the reason why the Bucks apparently got frosty on him, is that he didn't want to rehab in Milwaukee. He wanted to rehab in Portland. And so now he gets to do that. It was an unfortunate breakup that they had, but like, I don't even come close to comparing this to him not landing with the Miami Heat. That was me wanting to jump out a window. Like, I mean, Damian Lillard pairing up with Bam Adebayo and Jimmy Butler off a finals run, that's a perfect fit. I think even with this team, pairing him up with Bam Adebayo and Tyler Hero, and you just drafted a point guard, you just paid Davion Mitchell, and this is, mind you, he's not going to play all year? I don't understand why the Heat fan was upset about this. This was very strange to me yesterday.
Upset that they didn't try to get him?
They didn't get him. Yeah, that they swung him in. They didn't get him again.
100. Dude, contrary to popular belief, $100+ million for a guy that's going to sit on the bench and coach with Spo for a year. It's not ideal when you only had 37 wins last year.
Especially, if he didn't really want to be down here, like, that's the other thing, is like, if he wanted to be by his family. And so, like, are you going to be in touch with him? It's just like, hey, $14 million for the year. We'll see you next year. I feel like truly the Heat fans just pissed about everything right now, and rightfully so. I get it. The Heat are in a spot right now where the fans have justifiable angst towards the organization. But I also feel like if it came out that the Heat gave Damian Lillard $42 million extra guaranteed, I feel like that gets hosed down by the fan base too. No? I mean, Brady, would you have been more upset by the Heat Are you more upset by the Heat not getting Damian Lillard again, or if they would have given Damian Lillard on a torn Achilles at 35 years old, $42 extra million guaranteed?
I would have been more upset if they signed him, for sure. 1,000%.
Well, because listen, if they were willing to sign Damian Lillard to have him sit for a year, I would have took my chances with Jimmy.
Well, no,
but I'm just saying, at least
that's like moot point because Jimmy is already gone. But I feel like what it shows me is that like you don't have a winning right now mentality, which I understand that we've already been shown that they don't have that, considering that they're not making these massive moves. But you're going to bring a player who's aging and who's going to be sitting out for a year, who's injured, who's going to be coming off an Achilles injury for $40 million to sit on our bench for you. I just don't think that would have made me more upset. Like the news, let him go to Portland, let him, reconcile with them and end his career there is what I'm assuming he's probably going to do.
If they would have did that, I don't want to hear about no damn aprons.
No aprons. You don't.
That is I'm signing him and I don't care about the apron move.
Exactly.
That would, and the other thing is like, yeah, it's one of these things where it's like, oh yeah, if Damian Lillard would have come here on like the mini or $5 million a year.
Oh, I'll take that.
Yeah, for sure. But that's like $15 million, $14 million a year for a guy at that age off the worst injury in the sport.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't even know how that's going to fit with Tyler Hero. Like I don't know, guys. Like, look, again, I love Damian Lillard. I'm happy for Damian Lillard ultimately because I think this is a cool story. I remember what it was like. We were on the air live when the news came that Dwayne Wade was traded back to Miami, and it was a very healing thing. I think Damian Lillard rightfully was like, hey, you guys are going in this tank direction. I'm going to be 33. Can I go and have this opportunity to go play where I want to play? Joe Cronin's still a rat bastard. Make no mistake. He could still kick the sharpest of rocks. But I understand like Damian Lillard being like, well, I'm going to fleece this organization for a lot more guaranteed money. They now can't trade me. I can be home and have peace. And if by some reason he does want to move on, now he gets to dictate where he wants to go finally. But I mean, he'll probably be 36 at that point.
And maybe it's an entire like conspiracy to eventually get what he wants.
Yeah, maybe. It could be.
And good for him. And good for him with what they did to him. I think that's good for him. Like I said.
I just think I thought it was just a strange thing to be upset with the Heat about this. Like, I think that the Heat fan would have been like more enraged if they would have given him that kind of money. And I think for people criticizing Lillard, like, like if he would have gone to the Celtics, okay, that I think would have legitimately that would have perturbed me. I would be like, I don't like that. But to go back home to be with your kids. And you took him to the woodshed for $40 more million. Yeah, I mean, like that's a pretty great deal that he got. That's a pretty great deal and a pretty great setup that he's got.
It's almost like they paid him to apologize.
Yeah,
it's definitely an I'm sorry contract.
I mean, and also
we're sorry, Dame,
in the end because they still got their star back and they got him for 4 players and picks. Like, you know what I mean? It's still like they won in the end.
That's a weird dynamic right there.
Mm-hmm.
That's the weirdest part of that. They got the guy they traded for picks back, and they still get to keep all the picks and stuff they got from him.
So it's like they ended up coming out on top in the situation, and the Bucks are the ones that are, did it.
Well, the Bucks, once you do that, I mean, like it might as well be a fire sale.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see. Like that's maybe that's what Shark was talking about, huh?
Maybe
that's what Shark was talking about, huh? Maybe. But I'm happy for Dame. I like when the Dwayne Wade news happened. It was a really great feeling for the fan base. It didn't look right to see Dwayne in other uniforms. It happened, and his breakup happened for the wrong reasons. It happened for feelings, for money. He should have been taken care of.
Yep.
There was some justifiable annoyance with him choosing to go to Cleveland after his Chicago buyout, because I think he knew that like he knew that his fan base wasn't going to like that. But I also think that Dwayne looked at Miami in that scenario and was like, they got Josh Richardson, they got Goron, they got Deion Waiters. They're coming off this weird season. Do I want to go there? Do I want to just stick my foot in there? Is that going to make a lot of sense? And, that team inevitably wasn't very good. And, had Philly cheese fat cat syndrome, and you had Jay Rich stepping out of bounds left and right. And so it came at the perfect time because they needed Dwayne Wade to be, a guy to take over the reins. But, it just felt right that he was back with the Heat. It felt like a guy getting his superpowers back. Mm-hmm. He didn't look happy in Cleveland. And so I think for Dame, you spend these 2 years, it's like, and the thing is, the evil genius of Joe Cronin here was like when he traded him to the Bucks, it's not where he wanted to be, but you couldn't really bitch about it because it's like, I'm pairing him with Giannis. It's not like I didn't do right by him, which, Joe Cronin, again, you could still kick the sharpest of rocks. But, now that, but it's like it didn't work out. It flamed out terribly. And especially with the idea that dude came back from a blood clot last year to go play in the playoffs. And his reward for that was, well, we'll see you. We got to sign Miles Turner.
Yeah.
So good for him to get some level of happiness back because the fans are going to love him. Everybody on that in that locker room is going to love him. And, he's not going to play all year. It's so he has this whole year of like being comfortable. Instead, it's like you're not in this ramp up process with some new organization. But I had like zero bad feelings about this from a Heat fan's perspective.
I was
and
actually, happy when the news broke. I was kind of,
I felt good for him.
I was like,
I like Damian Lillard.
I really do like Damian Lillard.
I think we all feel the same way about Dame. Like, yeah, we wanted him. We don't want him now, but there's no love. We don't feel any less of Damian Lillard because he's not with the Heat. And in fact, I felt terrible when he tore his Achilles.
Terrible.
Right? I felt bad because he's a good dude. He ain't caused no problems. In fact, when he wanted to be traded, he tried to handle it like a pro and, tell the team what he wanted, thinking they would do the right thing. And they kind of didn't.
No, they didn't. And the thing that sucks is you bring him here. And then from the other perspective is like, it kind of represents the end of the Jimmy Butler era when that trade didn't go through. Like once you didn't get him, and you were like in this spot of like, oh, well, we're going to bring Tyler back. He kind of knew we were trying to trade him. He brought all these guys who were in the trade talks and you had this awkward situation. And then Jimmy decides to basically like say, he's like yelling at the Bucks for tampering. And then like he coasted through the season and he's, it just represented all of the stuff where it was like, oh, this championship window, whatever it was, that signified the end of it. And Boston got better because Boston got Drew Holiday. So if you were going to bring him back in this scenario where he was going to be, rehabbing and then you hope like hell it fits with your two guys now, I don't know. I think that's a dicey proposition, especially at his age. So hopefully this brings him a lot of peace. Hopefully this brings him happiness. And I just think for the Heat, it was time to move on from this. I didn't really have any ill will towards Damian Lillard about this at all.
No.
There's been certain moves in sports where you just kind of look at the situation and go, good for him.
Right.
And it's like it has nothing to do with your team, but it has to do with how much love you have for that player. And so I think for the most part, if you go around the league, everybody loves Dame Lillard, right? So good for him.
We'll take a break. Mix things up on the other side.
An expansion of another kind we're talking about, which is a European.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you on a Friday. Hello, Jennifer.
Hello.
All right. Gather yourself.
Sorry, it's on a different tab. How you doing?
Very good. Very good. It's Friday. Who can be upset on a Friday? We're heading into this weekend, and I got to catch up on After the Villa tonight. I didn't think I was going to be into it, but I watched the first episode. I was like,
I was like, I just thought you said that you were going to cancel Peacock
until
next year and not watch.
But you know what happened, Brittany? I'll tell you exactly what happened.
Kaylor.
Kaylor.
Kaylor's gonna make up for the whole thing.
She's just so good. She's such good television. People think that Huda couldn't hold Kaylor's jock.
I agree.
She was
an early exit though.
No, she was one of the last ones in the season that really changed the game last year. I'll tell you one thing though, I discovered that Liv's boo in like 2 seconds. I was very proud. I got to show off my wife's boots on the gram skills because she's like, oh, she's dating an athlete. Wouldn't say who it was. And I was like, I'll figure it out. And so I went on Instagram. I follow Liv, and then I'm like, all right, I'm scrolling. She's like, because she only follows like 500 people. I'm like, I can figure this out. And it's like
500.
Yeah.
I follow like 30 people.
You don't know how to use social media. She's a socialite. Please don't compare yourself to a 24-year-old social media person from Australia.
Her world revolves around social media. Do not compare.
Right. So I'm like scrolling. I'm like, Iron Man. Who the hell is that? That's she can't be bragging about that. Surfer. Get out of here. And I was like, oh? I was like, really? And who do I stumble upon on her follows? But Lakers sharpshooter Dalton Connect. I was like, all right. So I follow him. And then I go to her posts. Who do you know? Who's liking all the pics? Dalton Connect. I go to her stuff. Who's liking all his stuff? Old Liv, the Australian. I'm like, boom, solved it. Nice secret, Liv.
But what really got me was that wasn't she dating Obi Toppin's brother, Jacob Toppin?
Was she?
Yeah, I could have sworn. I mean, maybe I'm a fake newsie right now. I don't think I am, but I vividly remember her being in New York like post the season and being with him, making TikToks and everything.
Maybe. I don't know, but she's dating Dalton Connect now. 100%.
She's a jersey chaser, but I mean, good for her.
She's 100% dating.
Whoa, there's a name for it.
She even mentioned on the show she likes athletic people, not
she does.
Athletic people.
Well,
okay.
Anyway,
Okay.
she's 100%. Her new squeeze is Dalton Connect, even though she doesn't want to say it. My wife was very impressed by my detective skills. I solved that in like 5 minutes. Maybe she spoils it later on in the season, but
It's pretty impressive.
I just spoiled it now. Anyway,
It's great to see her and Kendall constantly, stirring up chaos.
I can't stand Kendall.
I can't
He's
stand
legitimately one of my least favorite people in the history of reality TV. Let us get to the mixed bag. Leroy, are you familiar with Jim Harbaugh?
Yep. That's my quarterback.
It's your quarterback. Leroy Hoard once played with Jim Harbaugh at the University of Michigan. Jim Harbaugh then brought Leroy Hoard a national championship as the head coach finally, after much controversy.
You know they had a national championship before that, right?
Who?
In 97.
All right, I'm not sitting here bragging about what the Marlins did 30 years ago.
I mean,
Jim Harbaugh, he talked about meeting the Pope. Here's what Jim Harbaugh had to say about meeting His Holiness.
A great picture in my office. Sarah, my wife Sarah, and I met Pope Francis. Yeah, at the Vatican. Gave him a Michigan football helmet and size 8.5 pair of Jordans. I can't confirm if he ever wore them, but it was. You could just see the holiness, in his eyes. I mean, the Holy Spirit was just flowing through him, and I thought I was speechless. I was.
What? Leroy, how do you feel about this?
You know how I feel about Jim Harbaugh, right?
You
An
love him.
intense guy.
Oh, yeah.
Right? I've always been a fan. I think he knows how to coach football and how to play football. But he has a tendency, how can I put this? He has a tendency to take something, and it's not just with the Pope, with a lot of things, and then make it sound like it was the greatest thing in the world.
Oh, so he's an overseller.
Now, I would say that I've met 4 presidents, and I was excited about meeting all of them, regardless of what their political leanings were. You meet the president, it's one of those things, right?
Sure.
You get to meet the president. I would assume that meeting a pope is even more rare. Like it's something special. And so I'm guessing that he couldn't quite find the words to explain the magnitude of meeting the Pope.
Well, they did.
And so he Jim Harbaugh'd the situation.
Did they practice over in Rome?
Yeah,
Or did they just visit
They did
Rome?
1 year, yes. But he Jim Harbaugh'd the thing. And when I say that, I mean, we gave him a Michigan helmet. We gave him some Jordans.
Tiny feet,
right?
by the way.
I mean,
I know. I was like, why did you?
First of all, to a guy, when do you think Pope's going to come out in a sweatsuit kicking the Jordans? Right? Let's go there.
Is the Pope ever allowed to wear pajamas?
Have you ever seen? Well, yeah, at night, right? He probably got holy pajamas, right?
According to this, Pope Francis.
But here's the part that in all the excitement and everything, when you say, I could see the Holy Ghost in his eyes.
Yeah.
Okay, listen. It's almost like little birds should have started flying across our screen, and one of those little glow things should have surrounded us. Like, yes.
You want birds flying on the screen? I got you.
No birds are flying around you.
That's true.
And so, like, yeah, he had me all the way up until then because I was feeling this excitement. I was thinking how rare it was. And then he said the thing.
Yep.
Right?
Pope Francis listed at 5'6".
So that's why he wears size 8.5s.
Tiny Pope. Jim Harbaugh wasn't done.
No, there's
more.
Jim
Harbaugh was discussing foul balls. Loves baseball.
I've caught 22 foul balls in games. I didn't keep them. I haven't kept them all. No, sometimes I gave them to one of my kids or a kid in the stands. I always bring my glove to the game. That's the key. You gotta bring your glove. 13 of those foul balls came when I was a youngster, going to Tigers games. My dad and Gates Brown grew up together in Crestline, Ohio. They played football, basketball, baseball together. Sometimes we would get tickets from Gates to go to the game at Tiger Stadium. And there might have been like 1,000 people, at those games back then. I mean, it's not like it is today. I mean, so me and my brother, we could go to the upper deck and there'd be just me, and I'd have a section here and a section there. So anything that came up there, I was getting it.
Man, 22 foul balls.
Can I just? We were just talking about the Holy Ghost, and the next comments are about how many
foul balls.
Foul balls.
In fairness, I don't know what came first in the press conference.
I got you.
I don't know what order things went in, but he was touching them all. He's very excited to be back. Very excited to be back.
Man, sometimes the people who you admire and the people that you have a past with say some stuff.
Yep.
It becomes more and more difficult for you to toe that line. Like,
foul balls, though, is a lot of foul balls.
Not an empty stadium.
Yeah, I guess that does
right.
die a little bit. Although I went
to mind, if you go to 10 matinees during the week, right? For the Marlins, you probably hose them down too.
I had season tickets. I've only caught 2 foul balls in my entire life.
Where were you seated?
By the bullpen. I actually caught one off the rubber track. It bounced, and then on a line drive, I caught it. And then I got one. I didn't catch it on the fly. It was next to me, so I picked it up. And then I've been thrown a baseball. When I was a kid, Kevin Millar threw me a baseball, but when he was done with his outfield warm up. That's it.
I have some baseballs, but
did you ever catch a foul ball?
No, I had baseball like that.
What?
I didn't have baseball like that growing up. It's no
I
baseball.
just meant I never.
No, because when I went to Indians games, I was sitting with the families.
So you read
because I was way up, but right behind home plate.
Oh yeah, so you're behind the net.
Yeah.
Mike Tannenbaum, former Dolphins, was he general manager, president of football operations? Ruiner. Mike Tannenbaum, he had some thoughts on the Steelers loading up with Jalen Ramsey, signing TJ Watt. This is his thoughts on the Steelers defense this season.
You're building a team. One of the indices you're looking at is how many players do we have over 30? And going into the season, they have 4. Darius Slay, Jalen Ramsey, Cam Hayward, and the aforementioned TJ Watt. My question is, if the 3 of us were running the Steelers and we asked ourselves in an honest and sober way, is it reasonable for those 4 players on the left to all play in 17 games? Age, data, and stats would tell us that's a 50-50 proposition at best. That would be my concern about this Steeler defense. When you look at both the Bengals, certainly, and the Ravens and what they can do offensively, this defense has to play up to that level, if not better, to where they've been in the past for them to win the division. And that's my concern, is because of the age. Can they do it for 17 games against 2 teams we know can score with quarterbacks that are in their prime?
All right. Any concern about the Steelers being super old on defense, Leroy? You don't want to hear from him?
Can I just say something?
What?
You're talking about 3 players over 30 on the defense, and you got a 42-year-old quarterback.
Very old team.
Right. Like, but I'm just saying, you can get away with 3 players over 30 on defense. How about a 42-year-old quarterback?
Oof.
If it doesn't work out, it ain't going to be because those guys miss games. It's going to be because Aaron Rodgers looks 42. So why are we talking about the defense? Oh, man. Like, sometimes I wonder, right? How long do you think I would last on one of those shows? 12 seconds.
I think you would be great. I think they would love that.
So, but come on. Really? Like, when you think of the Steelers, and I'm going to tell you from firsthand experience, I don't care who was playing defense. They played defense a certain way. And that took precedence over any age or anything like that. They all played a certain way. When you go on the other side of the ball, they like to run the football, play action. They've never been really a gunslinging team. Okay? You got rid of your running back, and you have a quarterback that is old, like almost 10 years older than some of the guys you're talking about.
Very
so
old.
why are we talking about them guys? If I'm one of them, I'm like, the quarterback's 10 years older than me.
I imagine they were talking about it because TJ Watt re-signed. That's probably the jumping off point about it. But I got to tell you,
but 30 for a DB is not bad because all they're doing is running.
The only thing that scares me with that is, those Watt genes.
That's the other thing. That's the other thing.
That's the only thing,
if your last name is Watt, you about one burpee away from tearing a chest muscle or something.
Yep. JJ Watt said he said on his Twitter account when the news came down that TJ better never ever let me reach for my wallet ever again, because there was a graphic that said this contract basically out earns JJ Watt's entire NFL earnings. Got out too early, JJ.
No, what? Look, he didn't get out too early. I mean, I think he played 2 years too long because he was banged up. Last 4 years?
Yeah. And he was wasn't he a Cardinal? That was strange.
Yeah.
Finally, speaking of pass rushers, Adam Schefter, he gave the latest on NFL Live on Trey Hendrickson's contract situation with the Bengals.
Opening training camp within the week. And because of that, you'd have to think that there will be discussions that commence between Trey Hendrickson and the Bengals to try again to get a deal done. Let's keep in mind, they've been trying to do this for the better part of 2 off seasons, haven't been able to get a deal done. They've seen all these other deals get done in the interim with the price only rising. And Trey Hendrickson means just about as much to the Bengals as TJ Watt does to the Steelers, and his production clearly has been there. Now it's up to both sides to try to work it out, while the Bengals also try to see if they could find a way to sign the only first-round draft pick who doesn't yet have a deal from this draft class, Shamar Stewart. He and the Bengals have been at odds over language in the contract, what would be guaranteed, what wouldn't be guaranteed with default language. They have not bridged their differences, and so the Bengals right now have no Trey Hendrickson, no Shamar Stewart. And
no, that's sounds like business as usual for the Bengals.
That's what I was getting ready to say. Are you shocked? Is anybody shocked that the Bengals are struggling to sign guys? But here's the deal. That if I'm the Bengals, I'm going to say, our defense was terrible with you. And you want us to pay top dollar? What are we paying for? Are you a difference maker? Our defense sucked. So I'm always going to hang that over his head. Right?
They had 17 and a half sacks the last 2 years.
Okay, and how bad was their defense?
I mean, but it's not his fault.
Oh, but it doesn't.
What if you got a bunch of
You know
bums
what?
around you?
Wait. It's like a quarterback who throws for 5,000 yards, but you only have 6 wins. Right?
Fair for him.
Do you think you go out and pay that quarterback max dollars? Because no, the first thing you're going to say is he don't win no games. He's a looter and a riot.
I would hope that. Yeah, but is he a looter and a riot? Like, can you loot 17 sacks?
You can't loot 17 sacks, but those 17 sacks made how much of a difference?
Not enough.
Not any.
We'll take a break. Get you caught up with your headlines. What's going on over the Open Championship? Some updates, too, on some second-round picks who have signed. No Jonas Savaiinaia yet for the Miami Dolphins. How close are they to that? We're back after this. All right, welcome back. Tobin and Leroy. Take you guys up until 2 here on the program. Let's get to our headlines, which are brought to you by Doral Hyundai. Doral Hyundai, choose over 1,300 new Hyundai miles in inventory at the Tucson, Sonata, and Palisade. And remember, when it comes to Hyundai, the great deals are at Doral Hyundai. It is day 2 of the Open Championship. Let's hit that scoreboard, Leroy. What do we got here?
All right.
Final hour of the show. Who do we got?
Who's making the move?
Oh,
Scotty Scheffler.
Oh, he's good.
Yep. We got 3 tied at the top. Haitong Lee, Matthew Fitzpatrick, Brian Harmon. 2 of those 3 are done. Matthew Fitzpatrick could very well have the lead. He's 311. Scotty Scheffler's 4 under for the day. He's at -7. And then you have like 4 at -5. Let's see where our guy Rory is. Rory's done at 3 under. But other than that, that's Schauffele is 1 under. If he gets like 3, 4 under, he's got a chance. Joseph Sepp Straka, he's at even par. Still not out of it, but he needs to make either a big move on the back 9 or a big move tomorrow. And the weather has taken a turn for the worse. It's a little rainy. It looks miserable. JJ Spawn is making a charge.
I'm just seeing somebody wrap up some old man, Darren Clark.
Yeah.
He looks like Key West Santa.
Yeah. Hey, you know what that looks like?
Hmm?
Like he's on the senior tour now and rides golf carts.
Yeah, well, he was +6.
Well, he trunk slam. Oh, Matthew Fitzpatrick has the lead, by the way. He's at 9 under. And he's only through 11, so he's through 12. Sorry. And he just hit one close.
Couple of NFL notes for familiar faces. The Raiders. They have placed Christian Wilkins on the physically unable to perform list. He is working his way back from a foot surgery.
He had that foot surgery in the middle of last year, right?
He had it at the end of early October to repair a Jones fracture. He was not able to participate in off-season program, according to Pro Football Talk.
What is a Jones fracture?
I go to you for that. What is this? This is
I've
not
never
the
heard of it.
Segment.
Jones.
You literally like, oh, I've had that injury. Like, you know every injury. I assumed you were going to tell me.
I got it. Okay. Jones fractures are a type of broken bone. They happen when you break your 5th metatarsal, the bone that your pinky toe, and the base of your foot.
Yeesh.
So dead foot. Got it.
Wait. Ooh. So here's the thing. It's like near the top of your foot.
Ugh.
So it's not the pinky toe. It's all the way down by the foot. You see what I'm saying?
That's not great.
Yeah.
Pete Carroll said in May, Wilkins' rehab was, quote, a long, challenging process. He was spotted in June still wearing a walking boot. Jeez. Oh, shout out to Wilkins, man. Hope he gets better. That sucks. That is
so they say it's treated by a screw. So he probably had to have the screw. Then you put the screw in. Oh, yeah. That sucks. I'm looking at pictures. It's a little more serious than they make it sound, by the way.
No bueno.
Yeah, because it's almost like if I'm pointing to it, it's almost like below your ankle almost. Where the 5th, like the 5th metatarsal goes all the way up. So, yeah. It's not a broken toe.
Another piece of news, Mason Taylor, son of Miami Dolphins legend Jason Taylor, has signed his contract. Why is this significant? Not only because we're happy for the Taylor family, good for them, but he is one of the 2nd-round picks who has been unsigned, Leroy.
Because some team gave a second round pick, a guaranteed contract. Now they're all waiting for him.
Right. Well, Taylor signed a 4-year, $10.5 million deal. That's 91% of his contract guaranteed, according to the New York Post. And so he will be in camp. According to, so yeah, that's what do we got? 30 unsigned picks. I think somebody else just signed too. So I think we might be down to like 29 of the second round picks. But he was picked 42. So that's 5 spots after Savatinaia.
Right.
So hopefully,
so
some kind of path to getting
he might get like 12 million, 15 million
I don't know,
for a second round pick. Yikes.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
You want to go do some you go run some stairs?
Who?
You.
No. Hey, I don't care how much they making. I can't do it. Like you also had to be honest with where you are.
Be honest, Posh.
Be honest.
Be honest.
You know, you like that commercial now that you see? Was it for Stella Artois? You know, that fancy beer that they like they put in the chalice and just like
he goes up to like the bar or something and he thinks he's getting noticed or something. I don't know.
No, he's hanging out. He's hanging out with Matt Damon, and Matt Damon's like, I just happen to have these 49 chalices, and he goes, he's like, oh, what are you missing there, love? He goes, Wyoming, and then he's like, you got cowboy boots, David Beckham? He goes, oh, you bet you all do. And then they apparently,
I don't think
it's the best one is the chicken wing one.
Don't they have one that he's like the twin brother or something?
I don't know. I haven't seen that one.
The best one is the chicken wing one.
This one was playing during Summer League a lot yesterday.
Yeah, they did one about buffalo wings, and Beckham was like crazy. He's like, buffalo wings.
He didn't get it. I haven't seen that one, but they were playing that Stella Artois commercial like a bunch during the Summer League game yesterday, which I cannot wait for at 7:00. Anyway, we'll take a break, and we got to get our pick in. We got some fights this weekend. We actually got some sports to bet on this weekend, so we'll give you our Hard Rock pick of the day coming up next. All right, welcome back. Tobin and Leroy here with you. 560 WQAM. Take you guys up until 2. Let's get to our Hard Rock Bet of the Night, which is sponsored by Hard Rock Bet. Hard Rock Bet is legal in Florida and the place to bet on your teams today and every day. Hard Rock Bet has the props, parlays, and live play-by-play betting. And the no-regret first bet up to $100. If your first bet doesn't win, you get your money back to try again. Hard Rock Bet is offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 and physically present in Florida to play. Terms and conditions apply. All right, Leroy, I'm going fight nights.
All right, let's go.
I got a fight night parlay for you.
Okay.
So here's what I'm going with. I'm mixing up the boxing card and the UFC card, and we're going to rock with 4 fights here. I'm going to go on the boxing side of things.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go with Manny Pacquiao to beat Mario Barrios.
Oh, is he an underdog?
He is the underdog. He's plus 180, which is it's gone down. He was I think plus 200 when we started.
That's the Manny thing.
Yeah. That's the love for Manny Pacquiao. But I don't think I think there's value in him. I really do. I think there's value. I don't think Barrios is the biggest challenge in the world. And listen, I can say this as a Manny Pacquiao apologist. My guy gets the judge's scorecards. All right. That guy is very popular.
Yeah.
And he's gotten the rub a lot. I guess other than the Tim Bradley fight. That's like one where he didn't, and then Australia. For a lot of the times when he puts a knockdown down, he gets that crowd going. He knows how to steal rounds. He's very savvy with that of taking over those last 30 seconds. So I'm going to put Manny Pacquiao to beat Mario Barrios. I am then going to pick Sebastian Fundora to beat Tim Tszyu, even though he's a quack quack, even though he's a duck, and you didn't have the guts to go face Xander Zayas. I'm hoping this will lead to a unification bout later on between these two, because I think that's a great fight. He's 6'5", 154 pounds. That's really weird.
Oh my goodness. Stop.
What? He's not the regular sized Inferno. He's the towering Inferno. He's
you ain't no Inferno if you 6'5" and weigh $130.
He is. He gets a lot of knockouts. He's a very violent fighter, which is very opposite of his personality. He's He's very laid back. He's nerdy. He wears these glasses. Like you would never know. He's got like a Clark Kent thing going on.
All right.
But he's taking on Tim Tszyu, who he's already beaten. Now, Tim Tszyu, I'm a little confused as to why he's the favorite, because he just beat Joey Spencer, who's a decent fighter, but he lost to Fundora and then he got knocked out after that fight. So I'm a little miffed at why Tim Tszyu is the favorite in this fight, whereas Fundora, he's got one loss in his career. He had a really good fight with Erickson Lubin a few years ago. That was like one of the fights of the year. He's going to get into wars, so maybe they think that Tim Tszyu is going to get the better of it this time. But I don't know. He's coming off a knockout win in March, so he's been active. I just think there's value there. He's the underdog. He's plus 125, so I'm throwing him into the parlay.
All right.
Then we go to the UFC. We're going to take it to Leroy Hoard's hometown, New Orleans.
Yep.
Dustin Poirier, Max Holloway for the BMF title. These two have fought twice before, many years ago. Okay, their last fight, I believe, was in 2019. And Dustin Poirier got the better of Max Holloway in that one, won the interim lightweight championship in that bout. Max Holloway, he just lost to Ilia Topuria and got knocked out for the first time in his career. That worries me. I'm just sitting here, I'm like,
knockout, it's, you don't know where he's going to be.
That's just that is the number one concern I have about it, Leroy. How is he going to be? That's, with Poirier, like, yes, Poirier got his head kicked off by Gaethje. He came back. He won a fight. Right. And then after that, he then went and took on Makhachev and almost won that fight. I mean, he fought a really good fight against Makhachev, who hasn't lost yet. So I'm just sitting here and I'm like, all right, he had the Gaethje fight, comes back, he knocks out Benoit Saint Denis in Miami. Then he loses to Makhachev in a very, very competitive fight, gets choked out, doesn't get knocked out. So I'm just looking at it. I'm like, I kind of feel like Dustin Poirier in New Orleans, that crowd's going to go bananas for him. He's already he's beaten Max Holloway on the feet before Leroy.
Mm-hmm.
And he's the underdog. Although the line has gotten a lot closer. I'm getting in right now on Dustin Poirier. He's made weight, by the way. Dustin Poirier while I can.
Okay.
So if I do those 3 fights, 3 dogs, I can get plus 1,300. That's pretty good. But we're not stopping there.
Of course.
Are you going to get greedy? Be careful with that.
We're going to get greedy, Jennifer. And we are going to go in to this fight, and we're going to add a little sweetener on the parlay.
Okay.
Dustin Poirier is not the only Louisianian. Is that what they call it? What do you guys call yourselves? Louisianian?
I've never heard that.
I don't think so.
What do you refer to yourselves as?
I don't know.
You don't know? I mean, so you just always say I'm from New Orleans? You never refer to the state?
Yeah.
A New Orleans and then?
I would never say I'm a Miamian, so.
But I would say this. If I told somebody I'm a Cajun, would they immediately assume I'm from Louisiana?
I would think so.
Okay. So
I would think so.
Because New Orleans, I've never even tried to say that. What you're saying? It's amazing that you're coming up with words to explain where I'm from that I've never used, and I'm from there.
Look, I was just trying to be proper. I wanted to give the proper description. It's a big word for me, dog. I was just trying to.
Maybe you tried to reach for a word that don't even exist.
Well, I am going to add on to this a performance by Brendan All-In Allen, who's also from Louisiana, and I'm going to add him to the mix for this fight. And I'm going to go Brendan Allen to beat Marvin Vettori. These guys have beef, long-time heated rivalry. They're finally going to square off after many a squabble between the two. And I am going to go with Brendan Allen, Dustin Poirier, Sebastian Fundora, and Manny Pacquiao for a cool plus 1824. And that is going to be our Hard Rock play of the weekend. Leroy.
So wait. Somebody said Cajun can be from multiple places. Really?
I don't know.
Name another place.
I don't know. Yeah, name another place. Name
another place. That's like, yeah.
Take off of French, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I am not familiar with a Cajun from any other place other than Louisiana.
Yeah, I can't say that I am either.
Right.
I don't.
Nope, that's not true. Not true. My dad is from Hattiesburg, Mississippi, and he has never been considered a Cajun, and he's from the backwoods. East Texas, boxed in, idiot. East Texas. Yeah, because they left Louisiana. Like
they're naming places, and you're just getting upset over it.
Wait, I love the way these people are telling me about what people are called from where I'm from.
I threw it into Google AI. What are people from Louisiana called? And it says people from Louisiana are called Louisianians. Some residents may also identify as Cajun or Creole, especially in South Louisiana. So I would go.
Yeah.
What?
If you went to New Orleans right now and said, "Oh, you're Louisianian," your ass getting jacked because they're gonna know you're a tourist.
It's just what you're called. I don't know what to tell you.
Okay, that's what I can't explain this to you anymore.
Yeah, but like you also
from there, and I've never called myself that.
Okay, but you don't call yourself that. Other people.
Nobody does.
Yeah, but I never hear you say you're from
Louisiana.
Know. Usually, you're always like, I'm from New Orleans. That's what you say.
Right.
It's only your knowledge of knowing that's not a thing over there.
I'm from there, though.
That's your knowledge. It's your opinion. It's your thoughts. It probably does happen.
You're quibbling.
You're fighting over it when people are telling you things that they know.
Can you ask somebody? Can you ask somebody, a member of your family, later on today?
Sure.
Just let me know. Let me know what they say.
Wait. If I grew up with them, right? Why wouldn't I use the same words that they use?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm just whatever, man. Just bet on
Dade South. Are you familiar with Louisiana, brother? The French and the Spanish are exactly how New Orleans was built. So to say it came from the French or the Spanish or whatever would be accurate. Oh my God.
Jay Gatto
I love the way people are arguing with me about where I'm from.
I think you're arguing with them. They're going
right
on Google.
Because I'm from there.
Okay, but there's other facts out there, Leroy, that you probably don't know of.
Okay.
Jay Gatto says Tobin is right. That's the correct term, but Leroy is right as far as nobody uses it.
I feel like no one here is wrong.
Okay, except I would be more inclined if somebody said, "Where do they call you from Louisiana?" Listen to somebody from Louisiana versus some guy on Google. I'm telling you, I've never heard anybody where I'm from say, "Yeah, I'm a Louisianian."
When's the last time you went over there? Why don't you?
Can you see if Dan Day is here? Like, is Dan Day? Let me see. Hold on.
I don't think he is here, but he would be the perfect person to ask.
Why? I'm from there too.
I need to make sure. I need to get
We need more credible sources around here.
I need to make sure. You're not just in a situation where you're lashing out.
Why
you can't just listen to one person?
Why are we just dismissing? Why are we just Could you?
I just want to make sure that's all.
Ed Orgeron said,
"Go Tiger."
Go Tiger.
But isn't a Cajun? Isn't that more like Baton Rouge?
No.
So it's all Louisiana.
There's certain places in Louisiana that kind of have French names that maybe you would say. But I would say this, that most of the people that call Creole or Cajun don't even live in the city. It's like the rednecks, right?
Well, if you want to listen to our favorite Louisianian, Dan Day, Sports Day is on this weekend.
Can we call him in?
Call him.
Dial him.
We gotta go. We can't. We got Xander Zayas coming up. He's gonna join the show. So we'll solve this mystery over the weekend and get to that. But unfortunately, we've run out of time for this mystery that really nobody wanted solving. Anyway.
Menu 61 says it perfectly. If only we had somebody from Louisiana on the show.
That's called sarcasm, Leroy.
I know. This is like
you're lashing out.
I'm like, yes, I'm lashing out because I'm from there. You just dismissed me.
I feel like no one's wrong here.
We'll talk a little bit more fight games. Xander Zayas is fighting for the title coming up on July 26th on ESPN, South Florida Zone. We've seen this kid grow up. We've seen him build up that record all the way to 21-0. He's now going to get a chance to fight for the belt. And main event at Madison Square Garden. We talked to him. He joins the show next. We got training camp right around the corner. We got some big fights this weekend. We got a big damn fight coming up for a guy we've been following for a long time, Leroy.
Yep.
Let's go out to the Toyota of Hollywood guest line shop. Over 2,000 Toyotas on sale at one location, Toyota of Hollywood on 441 between Hollywood and Sheridan. There we'll find Xander Zayas joining us here on the program. What's going on, buddy? How are you?
What's up, guys? Nice to see you again, and excited for what's next. Obviously, the biggest step of my career, and I'm just happy to be in this position.
This has got to be so cool for you, man. This has been such a journey. And this was not like a date that was without drama, because you thought you were going to fight one guy for the belt, Sebastian Fundora.
Yes.
And then it ends up you get another opponent. So, like, how was that whole process for you, feeling like you were going to fight the towering Inferno, this 6'5" freak at that weight class, and now you got to go and, move on to a different type of style?
Well, obviously, it was a bit frustrating at the beginning because I wanted to face the champion, which at the time was, like you said, Sebastian Fundora. He was the unified world title, WBC, WBO. I was the mandatory WBO fight. We started talking. I thought we were close to making something happen. Day or two before the negotiation period ended, they said, hey, we're going another route. We have Tim Zoo on board. We already signed up for the fight. So obviously a bit frustrated because I wanted to face the champion, but excited because I knew that the next guy was going to be Jorge Garcia Perez, since he beat Charles Conwell for the mandatory position after me. So I knew it was 1 and 2, and he earned his opportunity. So really excited for that because I know he's coming and he's hungry to become a world champion, just like myself.
Well, Xander, did you get a theory onto why he didn't want the fight? Because he's fighting this weekend on the Pacquiao card, but you guys are you're going to main event at Madison Square Garden.
Yeah.
So what
The theory.
What do you think?
The theory that we heard is that they had a rematch clause, which again I don't believe it, because after 2 years, I think they fought 2 years ago. They went into fighting again. Tim Zoo fought twice, got knocked out once, then won in Australia. Sebastian Fundora defended his title. So that rematch clause, I don't believe it. I think it was more like an inside the house thing, just keeping one of the belts, rather than taking the risk fighting the young fighter and losing them both. So again, I can't be mad at that. It's part of business. It's part of the sport, and I know my opportunity will come, and it's here, July 26th, world title at 22 years old.
ESPN, dude, main event on ESPN, Leroy. Look at him, dude. This is incredible.
It's amazing because, we saw you early on and just kind of like the frustration of wanting to get your opportunities. And now you're gleaming. Like you're just,
man.
You're happy. I'm here. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to show what I could do. So
for sure.
Is it one of those situations where, man, I've been patient and it paid off? Because there's a lot of fighters out there where it doesn't really pay off. They can't continue to perform every fight and they slip. How focused have you been? And isn't it, are you just happy to finally, get the chance and the patience paying off?
Leroy, I feel like I stayed the course. I mean, every fight you see the improvement. Every fight you see something different. Every fight you see better and better opponents. So, like I've been saying, and we've been talking for years now, I've been wanting my opportunity, but I didn't want to rush that opportunity. I didn't want that opportunity to be just an opportunity. I wanted to make sure that I was ready for it and that I was ready to become a world champion. Now, going into my 22nd fight as a professional, I know that I'm ready to become a world champion. It's my time now, and obviously that all that hard work, all that dedication, all that patience paid off, and it's finally here. My opportunity finally arrived.
That's a rare quality for a young person. I won't even say fighter, a young person to say what you just said. So we can't be happier because, like I said, we've enjoyed the ride.
Man, and again, I feel like it's not so much me. Obviously, I am an impatient, young guy because I want my opportunity. I want the world to see me. I want the world to to know who I really am. But I have a great team behind me, and I can't put those guys and those people that are behind me aside, because they made all this possible, from my coaching staff to my nutritionist to my management. Everybody put their piece together for this to happen. And they always tell me, hey, this is the course, this is what we need to do, this is the next step, we will get there. And obviously trusting them my whole career. My manager has a ton of experience in the boxing world, Peter Khan, and shout out to him. He always told me that when my opportunity arrived, it was going to be big, and it was going to be something that we knew we were going to be ready for. And this is not the exception. I know I'm ready to become a world champion.
I'm curious, you're a South Florida guy, but is there a different level of torture of training in the summer? Because I've been to that gym, Javier Santano's, it's called the Sweat Box, Leroy.
Yes, it's called the Sweat Box.
Like, I can't even imagine what it must be like training in July in South Florida. Like, do you feel like a different level of edge training down here at this time of year?
Definitely, for sure. Like, I feel like it's either Christmas, it gets too cold and you're like, man, I can't even break a sweat, or it's summer and it's like, man, can I stop sweating? Can it stop being hot for a day? Every day I go into that gym, it's like a sauna. It's like I don't even have to make weight. I'm already on weight. So yeah, no, overall it trains you mentally more than anything else. The physical part will always be there. I always push myself. I always push my limits. I want to be better every single day at what I do. But definitely the mental part plays a big factor on that, because going into a gym that is 105, 110 degrees Fahrenheit every time you go in there, and having to train and put 18, 20 rounds when it's volume days, it takes a lot mentally. So for sure, it trains my mentality.
How much in this fight, Xander, is it, I know that there comes a lot of pressure with being like one of the faces of ESPN and Top Rank. So do you feel, because I feel like when I watch these broadcasts, it's like if you're not pristine, they got every little critique for you, to be a perfect fighter, even though at 22, you still are growing and you're still learning. So like, is there what's the level of pressure of not only getting the championship, but putting on a show? Because you closed it last time, you got a late stoppage. Is that still something that's on your mind when you take on Jorge coming on up?
Not at all. Win. If you watch all my fights, 21 fights, I haven't lost more than 2 rounds. So all the critiquing, it's nice because you get something to hear and learn from, because maybe they're seeing something I'm not seeing. But when you're perfect for 21 fights, almost 100 rounds, and probably lost 1 or 2 in each of those, like meaning in total for all those fights, you know you're doing something right. So there's no added pressure. It's just another night. It's just another visit to the Big Apple, the big city. I fought 7 times there. I know every tunnel. I know every security guard. I know everybody in there. It's my building, and this time is just for a world title. So I can't overthink that. I just got to focus, listen to the corner, have fun like I've been doing, and get the victory, become a world champion.
What do you think that atmosphere is going to be like? Like, Puerto Rico obviously gets so behind. You guys have such a rich heritage.
Yeah.
But like the fan base there, like, what does it mean?
Man, I feel like it's gonna be a crazy atmosphere, and not just because of what this fight means, but because Puerto Rico and New York has been watching me since my day one, literally since day one, and they always show up, they always show out, they always show out a lot of love. We also have Bruce Carrington fighting in Nakar Shushu as the co-main event. He's from Brooklyn, so I know it's gonna be a lot of people from the Big Apple and from Puerto Rico flying into New York to watch me. So the atmosphere is gonna be amazing. I feel like it's something that I'm used to, but it's gonna be a bit different now, knowing what's behind it. So I'm really excited for it, because New York is always nice to me. The people of New York is always amazing to me. Same thing, obviously, the people from Puerto Rico, people from Florida. So I'm just excited to showcase what I do one more time.
What do you think is the biggest challenge that Jorge presents? Like, what are the things that you've been working on to perfect to get this win?
He's very very unorthodox with some of his punches. You know, they come from different angles that you're not used to, or regular, you know, boxers are not used to. But I feel like we've had a great training camp where we know when to capitalize on things, when we know when to take advantage of things. I feel like I'm better than him. I'm faster than him. I'm stronger than him. I have a better technique than he does. But he is a warrior. He is Mexican. He's going to come forward. He's going to throw punches. He's not going to quit. I know that for a fact. I could be hitting him with the whole house, and he's going to continue to come forward. So we got to be ready mentally and physically for that, and I know we are.
What's it going to be like, Alexander? I know you got a task at hand, all right? Task at hand. We got to get the belt, right?
Here we go. Here we go.
I understand. But, like, you're then there. And so, like, you're going to be swimming in these waters with, like, you know, Virgil Ortiz and, you know, hopefully Fundora, maybe he gets, you know, maybe he wants to finally do the fight. Or, you know, I know you and Lubin have gone back and forth. Maybe Crawford, if he loses to Canelo, like, he's back in the mix. Or Boots Ennis if he comes on up. Or, like, there's a lot of names there. There's a lot of talent that I'm sure you have in mind and have thought about. Like, are there particular names? Is there a dream opponent? Is there something that, like, is you get this belt and, like, you have a next one in mind? Like, do you have a call out in mind?
For sure, Tobin, the next opponent in mind and what I have in plans is Jorge Garcia Perez. But to your question, after I become a world champion, there's no more running. There's no more, oh, he's too young. Oh, he hasn't done this.
You got the belt.
I'm a world champion. Now you gotta come face me. You gotta you want what I got. So you gotta come take it from me. So it's amazing. It's exciting to know that I'm literally one fight away from being in the mix. And from those fighters that maybe one day said no or one day said, oh, but this, but that, there's no more excuses. I'm in there now.
Talking to Xander Zayas, he's going to be fighting in the main event July 26th on ESPN for the WBO Super Welterweight title. 21-0, just 22 years old, South Florida zone. He's going to be heading up to MSG at the theater. So you guys make sure you support, you check him on out. Got to get your thoughts, man. We haven't had you on. Your Florida Panthers champions. What did that mean? Back to back.
Man, back to back. I think we could win it 3 times next year. To be honest, I think we can run the three-peat. But it's exciting. It's exciting, obviously, seeing all the fans and everybody out supporting their team. And to be honest, I'm not a big hockey fan because I'm not going to sit here and tell you, oh, I know all about hockey. But every time I do go to a game, I do enjoy it. I do love watching those guys go at it and fight. It's amazing how they let them fight. So, yeah, really exciting for all Florida Panthers fan and for the hockey fans because I feel like, you know, it's a sport that a lot of people maybe outside the United States don't watch, but it's an exciting game.
Xander, it's a better watch if you go live than on TV.
For
right?
sure. No, for sure. But I feel like that's every sport. Like the same thing with baseball. Like I love going to watch the Miami the Marlins play any team because it's more fun watching it live than actually sitting on a TV and watching it, you know? So I enjoy sports. I am a big sport guy. I'm not the best at knowledge in every single one of them, but I do enjoy going out there live and watching some of the South Florida teams.
How interested are you in Pacquiao's return this week? And you think he still got something in the tank?
Man, at 45, his last exhibition didn't look so well.
He didn't look that great.
He's fighting a champion. Yeah, the champion might not be the best at his weight class, but he's still a champion, you know. He's still hungry, he's still young. He went 12 rounds with Tank till Tank, you know, just got a nice body shot in. I don't know if he still got it like that. I'm not sure.
It's hard when a guy you admire gets it
Yeah.
to the point where you just you don't want to do
you're just
it.
pushing it. You're just pushing it. It's like when Mike Tyson got in the ring with Jake Paul. It's like, man, such a legend, but it's like you're just pushing him, you know?
Yeah.
Like
You're
if
just pushing him.
Peter Kahn came to you and he said, hey, Miguel Cotto wants to come back and he wants to fight you, like we're going to do the Puerto Rican next generation.
I'll probably hit him up first. I'll probably call him like, yo, like, are you for real? Like, is this like, what are you doing?
You call him Peter or Kodo?
I'll call Kodo right away. I'm like, what's going on? Like, I heard this, what that. And if he tells me like, yeah, like I want to come back and I think like you're the right opponent. I guess sometimes you gotta beat the legends, right? Sometimes you gotta beat the fighter you look up to.
Wait, the look he just went.
I mean, what do you want me to, it's like what? I'll call him like out of respect and tell him like, yo, Kodo, I heard this, I heard that, because obviously I do look up to Kodo. He is a legend. He's my favorite fighter. So if I ever hear something like that, like I'll be surprised. I'll have to call him and ask him personally. And because that's what happened. Pacquiao saw Barrios fight, and he said, "Oh, I think I can beat this guy." So if Cotto comes out and say, "I want to fight Xander," it's because he think he can beat me. So.
I don't think he's going to do that with you. I think he.
Yeah.
Once you get in that ring, all bets are off. Like,
for sure. Yeah. It's the same. Like, I look up to a lot of fighters nowadays. Even like fighters that are close to my division or not even close to my. And maybe if one day it happens, it's like, yeah, all that admiration, all that goes out the window. We have to face each other. It's business, and I got to go in there and do my job. So obviously, it's amazing to somebody like Barrios having to face Pacquiao, and in his eyes, it's like, wow, I'm facing somebody that I looked up to, and because you can't tell me no boxer that hasn't been a fan of Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao in his day was the best fighter in the world. So obviously, it's got to be something to be amazed by. But when you go in there that Saturday, he has to be locked in and knowing that Pacquiao is trying to take everything that he worked for.
Xander, we're proud of you, man.
Yeah.
Good luck coming up on July 26th. Go watch him on ESPN.
Yes, sir.
Once you win, bring that hardware, bring that gold to the studio, man.
You make sure you come show us the belt.
I got you. No, I got you. Right after the fight, I'll make sure I'll show up to the studio and pay you guys a visit. You guys are always on my corner. You guys are always showing me love. So I appreciate you guys. I appreciate to all the listeners, all the Miami fans. July 26th is the date on ESPN, like Tobin said, and I'm going to become a world champion.
Cool.
Good man, dude. Congratulations. All right. We're looking
brother. Yes, sir.
Xander Zayas joining us there. One of South Florida's own. Go check him out. ESPN on July 26th.